Good morning, everybody. I think my mic is off.
It's down.
Okay.
I think it's down. Are you good?
Thank you. Okay, I hear myself now. Good morning, everybody. We are going to have a full house of people today. Good morning. Vic is on his way. He will be here before the start of the show. This is the show before the show. We're going to have Eric Johnson in studio with us today. Kelly Manno will be in at 9 o'clock. Vic is probably going to be walking in the door and definitely before the show starts. Sometime before the show. So I would appreciate it if you share the show on whatever platform that you're on. Today is one of those shows that you want to, like if you eat popcorn, you might want to get your popcorn out, get your soda pop. It's one of those kind of Fridays. Gosh, probably from here to August and then to November, with all the crazy political stuff going on, you're going to want your popcorn. And of course, anytime that Eric Johnson, Kelly Manno, Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Projo are all in the same place, you need your popcorn. And that happens at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, Kelly comes in. But of course, the first hour is filled with some funny stuff for sure. We like to laugh on Fridays, but we do have political things we're going to talk about too. Good morning, Ben, Annette, Bindi, Sally, Chris, John. Looks like all the platforms are fine this morning. If you are in the St. Louis metropolitan area, it's going to be another hot one. Although we have listeners all over the United States. Our Rumble was fantastic yesterday, especially after the show. It always depends. We are on almost every platform, and depending on what topics that we talk about, it seems like listeners from different platforms are high depending on what we're talking about. Rumble seems to enjoy, of course, Donald Trump. Of course, all of our platforms seem to like Donald Trump for sure. Troy, you're funny. I'm actually really not the star of the show today. I'm just the only one here so far. Everyone else is late. Vic has good reason why he's late today. As many of you guys know, Megan was in the show with me yesterday because Vic was gone a long time. He had to leave long before the show started, and then he didn't even get home until like midnight last night. And we'll talk a little bit. He'll talk about that, what he was doing with his son yesterday. So he had a long day. So he has kind of an excuse for being late. And I guess if you're the boss, you can do what you want to anyway, right? And Pro Joe, have you heard anything about, a couple people are asking, we have not, the stars are still not working. Have we heard anything from Alex?
I haven't heard anything at all. I know nothing about that. I mean, I know of it. I just don't know what caused it or why, or I don't even have access to figure it out.
Right. I don't either. That's an Alex thing. That's our marketing guy. I am going to tag him right here on the line and ask him, when are the stars going to be working? For any of you that might be new to the show that's listening after the fact, if Vic or I or anyone on the show is looking down, we have computers or phones or that sort of thing, and we are interacting with the listeners. Thank you, Mitch. Pro Joe does always have my back. For sure. 100%. We are ride or die around here. And yes, Chris, I did get to watch the Disney theme O'Keefe video. I watched it several times. We may very well be hitting that today too. If not, we'll be hitting it on Monday. It's just crazy. And what Chris is talking about, if you guys haven't seen it, is, Project Veritas. They do great things. James O'Keefe does great things. And literally, there's people there that are not hiring anyone that is a white male. or really anybody that's white. So if you're working at Disney and you're white at this point, you're going to either be let go or you're going to be passed over for promotions. And then if you're not hired there at all, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
I love you.
I love you too, Vic.
Thank you, sweet lady.
Yep, as we said, we were talking about earlier when you were here.
Tripped out.
We're like, you're what?
All done with trips.
You don't, yeah. Well, you had a long day, and the listeners already know a little bit about that.
Oh my gosh!
That you had a long day. We were just talking about we're ride or die around here. What we do for our kids, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
We're very kid oriented. I mean, we love the show. But sometimes we have to miss. And it's always the only time I've ever missed it is something to do with our kids. Your mic might not be on.
Hey, Joe, I don't.
Oh yeah, you are.
Am I plugged in? Maybe I'm not. Oh, I'm not plugged in.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my fault because I unplugged you to put mine in yesterday. That's right.
Good.
I meant to plug you back in.
I need to be plugged in.
Yeah. Sometimes we do. We need to plug ourselves in. Okay, so Vic, you're now plugged in.
I am now plugged in.
You are now plugged in.
Okay.
It's still the show before the show.
Yeah, it's Friday anyway.
It is Friday. Listeners all coming in. I didn't tell them what you were really doing. I told them that you were really somewhere with Graham. I didn't tell them that you were really on, some wild, drunken binge for the last, 24 hours.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, the joy. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to cancelthisshow.com. I got to watch a little bit of you yesterday, but
you were a little busy. Hey, Joe, before the show, and we can show it again, pop that picture up. It was the picture of what he was doing yesterday, kind of.
In the car?
Well, I didn't take a picture of you in the car. I just screenshotted or took a picture of the post that you put up.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, so if you could put that up.
Oh,
yeah, he's going to do it. And we can do it during the show, too.
Oh, that was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the sun.
Yes, I love this.
No, thank you. My soon-to-be junior son was honored. It's all perspective, but is one of the top 10 receivers in St. Louis.
Love it.
So he plays offense, but he also plays defense. But that's very sweet of you to put up. And you have to market yourself, which is, and he doesn't like to do that. And it's sad, but that's very kind. Thank you for doing that.
Well, we will promote him for sure. We'll market him. And Megan is saying Graham is a stud and a humble stud.
Megan who? My Megan?
Your Megan, not Megan.
Where'd she say that?
On the chat line.
What? I don't see that.
You probably have to maybe refresh again. I did already refresh your computer, but...
Oh, maybe I will. Oh, it'll pop up at some point,
it will.
I'm sure. We'll see. No, but he was at Iowa yesterday. He liked it. It's still hard to believe that from this area here, it's only about 3.5 hours to Iowa City, where the University of Iowa is.
Not bad. There it is. It's highlighted on the screen now.
Yeah, no, I was so tired. I was like, Megan, I'm coming to your place. I gotta crash because that was another 30 minutes in Lake St. Louis.
Correct.
Because you go up 61.
That's right.
Oh, that's sweet of you, Megan. Very nice, very kind. How about Andrew Bailey going after the government, suing the government?
I love it.
We're going to get into that a little bit too.
Yeah, let's do it.
There's lots of things going on.
So much stuff.
I know Kelly Manno's coming in today for sure.
Yes.
I think Eric might be. We'll see how that goes.
It's always a mystery surprise. Have you ever played, those games where you'd get a grab bag and you knew what you were getting in some grab bags, but then there was the mystery grab bag. That's Eric Johnson. He's our mystery grab bag. You just never know what you're going to get inside that grab bag. And in life, sometimes you need a mystery grab bag. Keeps life fun.
Yeah, I guess people were pissed off about the 10 Commandments in Louisiana schools.
Some were. Yeah. But I think it's probably not a Christian or a practicing Jewish person, because why would that make you angry? The 10 Commandments, regardless if you look at it from a religious point of view, it's just a great thing to live by. So I'm not sure why people would be pissed off about that. Well, atheists probably would.
Well, of course they would.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Joe, when you get set, you can go ahead and start us up. It is a free-for-all Friday edition. Glad you're with us. Hey guys, welcome to Cancel This, canceltheshow.com. We got our Friday show because when we have all the people around, we get this shot, and I love it, guys. Lizzie Sparks, Vic Faust, Pro Joe in the house. Okay, we love you. We're glad you're joining us for canceltheshow.com. Thanks again for joining Lizzie and Joe, and of course Megan yesterday. You guys did a badass job. It goes fat. You know what? I said, boy, it still goes as fast. It doesn't matter.
It's fast. There's so much to talk about.
It does not matter. Megan's awesome. She did a terrific
really
job.
Is.
Grateful for helping out. Yes, I was with my son doing a long recruiting trip to Iowa, so we did that. Anyway, we're glad that you're with us today. Eric Johnson, well, we'll see if he shows up. You know, it's always the Friday deal. Is he going to show up or not going to show up? So we just kind of go with the flow. Kelly Manno coming in during the 9 o'clock hour. Two big things to talk about besides everything else. One, her behind-the-scenes experience with New Kids on the Block. So you got that. New Kids on the Block. She was with them in Cleveland last week. Behind the scenes. Oh, Joe, did she send you any of those clips?
I think she sent me something in text message. I'll have to send it myself. But I'm surprised she hasn't sent me any.
Because we got to show. She's got a lot of stuff.
She's got a lot of stuff.
Do I need to send that to you if she didn't? Or is that
probably? I haven't received anything yet. So.
Okay. And she got Botox for the first time.
She did? Kelly did?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, when I get it, I go to the best, my lady Tasha at Aesthetica Med Spa.
She's been on the show a couple times.
Yes, she has. And Tasha is the bomb when it comes to that. So I've learned about it. So Kelly is going to talk to us. She's doing all these things that she's never done.
Yeah. And Eric says it's because she's in love now. I don't know if that's why, but she is doing a lot of things. And she's doing a lot of things she said she wouldn't do.
Well, Aesthetica Med Spa, Lake St. Louis, Winghaven Boulevard. Love Tasha. And of course, she has some great segments. So we'll get into Kelly's experience when it comes to Botox and everything else around. Andrew Bailey suing the government, suing the state of New York for what they did going after Donald Trump, and who knows where that's going to play out in. Dan Bongino going off. I thought he was a little harsh.
I was surprised.
On Bill O'Reilly.
And I sent the clip in too of Bill O'Reilly. If we want to talk about that, really what he said was not that big of a deal. It really wasn't. Maybe I could see why Dan wouldn't wanted him to say that. And I know that, Dan is a hard charger, but that just made him look small. I thought that just the name calling and all that kind of stuff. I don't have a problem with that, but it was just, wow, you got that butt hurt over that. Was not that big of a deal. People say a lot worse about us, Vic, and we don't go off like that.
No, and then a 12-year-old who was killed by an illegal should never been here. Just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's so sad.
I mean, coming in. So obviously we have the free for all part Friday. We do some news headlines in the 8 o'clock hour from that standpoint. Also, if you guys have anything else, let us know. Jump on in. Let us know. We'll go from that standpoint. What really got you going with things today, Lizzie, when you were looking at some of those stories?
Well, the Bongino thing did get me going only because we have a lot of listeners that like Dan Bongino, and we have some too that like Bill O'Reilly, and they both have a completely different style on how to get conservative news out. And I think when somebody talks bad about you, I understand going back and explaining your point of view, but gosh, it was hard to hear. I started listening to it, and even my kids were like, who is talking like that you're listening to? Because I thought it was very unclassy of him. And a lot of my listeners might disagree. They might have thought it was great that he did that. So I just thought it made him look small. But then it did make me go look at what Bill O'Reilly even said about it. And I'm like, that's what you're mad about? It was no big deal what he said about him. It was not a big deal. It really wasn't. And like I said, people say worse things about us and we just let it go or whatever. And so when you're in the political realm, people are going to say stuff about you and your competitors, and they're competitors, so to speak. Bill O'Reilly and Dan Bongino, are competitors. And he gave Dan over.
But they're not on at the same time.
No, but it's okay to be competitors. Anybody that's in talk radio, I don't see you and I don't see, but see, you and I don't see it that way. We see anyone else that is also doing what we're doing is getting truth out, and they may be a different style, but we don't get all butthurt about it. But if we're being honest here, I have learned something by working in conservative talk, that you can't be friends with other people that are in conservative talk because you get butthurt. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know why we're not all on the same team. I really don't.
I agree. I'm with you. It doesn't make sense either.
No.
But, just for a free for all Friday, it's pretty good. Let's go ahead and play the Dan Bongino soundbite.
Yeah.
When it came to Dan going off on Bill O'Reilly, I just, two conservatives.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, what exactly did Bill say that got him so freaking fired?
You want to play the Bill? You want to play the Bill?
Yeah, play Bill first, because it's literally only 10 seconds, really. So play Bill, and if when you hear what he said, you'll be kind of like, Dan, why did you get that mad? So yeah, play Bill first, because it's literally only 10 seconds of what he said.
There are fanatics on the right. Go.
But the Democrats were very tactical, folks. They're not stupid. They understand that it doesn't matter if these illegals vote or not. It does. I mean, it's terrible. Obviously, if they do, they broke the law.
All right. All Democrats do not want illegal aliens to vote. Now, the far left does, but he didn't define it that way. He said the Democrats, no. If you were to believe that, then every Democrat in the country is fostering law breaking, because it's illegal to vote if you're not a U.S. citizen. Everyone. No, it's not true. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of.
Okay, Bill O'Reilly. Okay.
That's what he said.
I think Dan got, I don't think what Bill O'Reilly said was that over the top.
I didn't either. I really didn't. I did not think it was over the top at all. He has a right to think what he wants to about Democrats. And Vic, you and I have said that before too. We don't agree with hardly any policies of Democrats, but there still are some Democrats that don't want the border open. They are pro-life. They don't want illegals voting. And it's the far left. And I don't agree with any Democrats whatsoever. But, okay, that statement, we probably even made something like that before. And that clip right there made Dan Bongino absolutely livid.
Okay. Once again, conservative on conservative crime. They're both conservatives. They're both solid conservatives.
Right.
Is Dan Bongino, well, we'll play Dan, and then I want to check your terminology.
Okay.
But if you are going to go out and now start attacking us for calling out Democrats for wanting illegals to vote and calling me a fanatic when you kiss my ass to get on my show, you can go fuck yourself, you pussy. You understand? You got something to say to me, you 6 foot tall plus piece of shit? Say it to my face.
Wow.
Fucking chump. Piece of shit. You're listening to this guy, you're being played. Here, put up that article about the New York Post article I had put up. Yeah, Bill, the Democrats don't want they don't want illegals to vote. You know, there's an act in Congress called the SAVE Act. Did you know this? You're so fucking stupid. You don't even know this, you dipshit. You know why? Let me tell you a little secret about this industry. There's about 10% of the hosts that actually do their own show. Producer Jim, am I right? Thank you. You know what the other 90% do? No, Dan, they're talking about what they care about. No, they're not. They're too freaking lazy to do their own show. So you know what a lot of these other bums do? Like O'Reilly? They have producers and stuff. Just throw shit in front of them and they read it. He doesn't know shit. They have this act called the SAVE Act. It's a really simple thing. It's up in the House of Representatives, or it's going to be. And the bill says something real simple, that if you're going to register to vote, you should be able to prove you're a citizen. How many Democrats, Bill? Because you said it's only the far left, right? How many Democrats support that bill? Oh, there's the answer, you dipshit. 1. You stupid fuck. You're so stupid, you dumb motherfucker. You going to take me on, bro? You sure? What do you think I'm here for? You think I'm here to play nice? Yeah, I give a shit about you. I give a shit about you. I care about this cause.
Shit about him.
Care about you one bit. You're a bum and a loser. You've always been a loser. You left Fox and you're pissed off that the other people that left built careers and nobody likes you because you're a piece of shit. Calling me a fanatic if you beg to get on my show? Here's the real Bill O'Reilly, too. You want to see his tweet on January 6th? This is a couple days later. He had time to think about this. At Bill O'Reilly, douchebag. President Trump's failure to tamp down the angry protesters. You mean by telling them to march peacefully and patriotically, you dumb fuck? President Trump's failure to tamp down the angry protesters supporting him in Washington has destroyed his legacy. Oh, yeah, it really has. It's only up in every swing state, you moron. Now, let's listen to this next part. This is Bill O'Reilly. Our divided nation turns to you, Joe Biden. Diffuse it as best you can. Don't fuck with me, bro. You fuck around, you're going to find out. Go have a few beers with some of the makeup people and other people at Fox. Find out what a dick this guy was to people. And Bill, let me tell you something, because I know you're watching, you piece of shit. You have no idea. I'm not going to name names because I'm not a dick like you. You started something you can't tamp down because I actually have an audience and you don't because you're a dick. You have any idea how many people texted me this morning? Nail that motherfucker to the wall. They hate you. Nobody likes you. You're an asshole. You've always been an asshole. And we're doing it live. Bill's jealous. Bill's jealous, of course. He's had a radio show and it sucked ass and nobody listened. Did you know that? Oh, you didn't know that? Of course you didn't know it because the show sucked.
Okay, no filters. Here's the deal. I like Dan Bongino.
Yeah, I do too.
And the thing I like about Dan is the fact that he is real. He is raw. He's not worried about answering to anybody like what we try to do.
That's
here.
Right.
I like his edge. Do I think he went over the top? Yeah. But at the same point in time, this goes back a ways.
Oh, it does. It goes back a far time. I mean, and I have no illusions that Bill O'Reilly is some great Trump fan like most of us are. So, I mean, I get that, but it just, I don't know. It cracked me up.
Yeah. That's one of the big, I mean, It's funny, but the problem is the fact that it's Republican on Republican. And I know that there are people who feel that Bill O'Reilly is a deep state apologist for certain people. Not deep state, maybe the old guard rhino. Somebody on the message line said, Paul Ryan apologist. But I feel like if those two had their own show, they could maybe come. Those two should go on together.
That would be so fun.
And break things down.
It would be so fun to see them together in the same room.
Okay.
Because by far, I like Dan better than Bill O'Reilly. There's no doubt about it. But when I heard that, I'm like, oh my gosh. And somebody right now is saying that Dan Bongino is apparently, he's my power animal.
But here's the thing, though. Connie calls Bill an independent. I don't know. I don't know.
I kind of agree with that he's more of an independent than a true conservative. I agree with that.
Okay. The only issue is the fact that Bill does stories. I don't call Bill an independent. I'm sorry, I can't. He still does conservative stories. I'm sorry. I think he's more or less not wanting to admit what left does and how bad they can be, and say, hey, we should trust and try to come to the center. And so I'm torn.
Yeah.
I'm torn because Bill O'Reilly is not a middle. I don't call him a middle conservative.
Don't you really? And see,
I don't think he
and
is.
see, and that's why I think a lot of people think that he's an independent, because Bill O'Reilly called Dan Bongino an extremist. That probably is the word that just triggered him.
Of course it is.
It's the word extremist. Now, that being said, you know what? People call you and I an extremist too. And I don't think I'm an extremist. I really don't. I think I'm somebody that is a conservative. I love Donald Trump. I love my country, but I am definitely not in that 5% wackadoodle right extremist. I'm not.
Well, I didn't know this. Connie says that he has said that he is a registered independent.
Yeah.
Taught me something.
Yeah. I think he is an independent. I think he is. And you know what? And that I don't blame him, because a lot of times I want to call myself an independent too, because I don't always agree with the Republican Party, but I could never register as an independent. I still register as a Republican. Well, in Missouri.
So I mean, we have tons of people that listen. I know it's live and little people get it after, but it seems like everybody who's listening live is like all on Bongino's side.
Yeah. Oh, I think so. I thought our listeners would enjoy this if they hadn't seen it, because most of our listeners would be a Dan Bongino person, without a doubt, because whether we like I do, but some people don't like Dan Bongino's approach. Come on now. Even though he said that, and that sounded like, oh, maybe he's just being too little. How many times have any one of us would have wanted to say that to us? You know, that'd be fun to say that to somebody, wouldn't it? I mean, that'd be kind of fun, but I would never do it. I would never do it. And on the flip side of this is the reality of it is Democrats, the little cockroaches and cicadas that they are, they stick together and they don't do what we do on this side. And something that I learned now being in conservative talk myself is once you're on a different show, the other shows all of a sudden think you're competition. And you and I don't see that. We think we're part of a larger team getting out the truth. But if I'm telling the truth, once you're on a different show, there's people that won't talk to you anymore, or they're mad or whatever. It's like, people, come on, we're on the same team. Let's all get along now. But that's my being naive, because I want to
be somewhere between Dan and Bill.
You want to be right in the middle of that? You want to be right in the middle. I would say I know for sure I'm definitely more of a Dan Bongino type of person, but I wouldn't use that language on air, but I might be thinking it. But yeah. But if somebody said what Bill O'Reilly said about Dan Bongino, just taking that little clip, I wouldn't have gotten that unhinged about it, because people do call me an extremist and I'm like, okay, whatever. I just don't get that mad about it. So, but I just thought we had to play it because I know for a fact a lot of our listeners love Dan Bongino, and we have most of our listeners agreeing that he should do that. But then we still have some saying on the chat line, Dan, I love you, dude, but that was just a little out of line.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, he was over, and maybe it brings more ratings in. Then maybe Bill goes back and does something. But if you look back, I mean, Bill O'Reilly's had a lot of things in his career that did not go well.
That's right.
And he left unceremoniously. And people are saying, yeah, he's writing his new book. It's called Kill Bill.
Yeah.
He just killed his career. Once labeled sovereignty is my key to what I am. I don't know what Robert meant by that. Why did Fox dump Dan? How long was Dan with Fox?
Gosh, I don't know. And he was really highly rated at the time on that show. I never did ever watch Bill O'Reilly on Fox. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't.
I watched Bill all the time.
Did you? And I never.
Bill set the stage for Fox.
He did. He absolutely did.
He set the stage for Tucker Carlson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people don't like him anymore. And I don't know what the reason is. The only people that I'm just being honest here, in my world, the only people that I know that like Bill O'Reilly anymore are 75 years or older.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah,
100%.
Because
I totally
we've talked about the nursing home people, that a lot of them, well, they are. I mean, like,
it was just funny how it sounded.
Yeah, the nursing home people, they still listen to mainstream media, and they'll listen to like a Bill O'Reilly, and he's not wrong a lot, but he does say things that I guess I can't ever really get on him, because he was a never Trumper for a while. So, and I think they're fine. I think him and Donald Trump have patched it all up. But I mean, once somebody was a complete never Trumper, I have a hard time listening to them with a straight face.
Mm-hmm.
I just do. So, but I just thought that was great. And I wanted to bring that up because that's the world of, if we're being honest here, that's the world of conservative talk, is they can't play nice. And you and I do. We still like everybody in conservative talk. We still have a lot of friends that are in conservative talk, but they can't promote you because they'll tell you, oh, you're my competitor now. And I don't see it that way, because we're only on, there's 24 hours in a day.
I think we have kind of heard that.
Yes, we've heard that. Yeah. we're this, there's 24 hours in a day. You can listen to a lot of people. You can still, like people are saying, they listen to us and then they go listen to Dan after this, or they listen to this person or that person or this person. And so I think it's great. The more of us, the better, I think. But that's not what is true. If you literally talk to somebody in conservative talk and you say, oh my gosh, I really love that cancel this show, and then I go and I listen to, whoever it is, they won't say nice things. So they'll be like, give you a look, where we don't do that. We're like, good for you. I like them too. Because you and I do listen to other people as well.
Yeah, we do. This is Cancel This, canceltheshow.com. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Pro Joe in the house here Monday through Friday. You know what we do? News headlines, political interviews, cancel culture education, water cooler talk, free for all Friday stuff. We get a little off the beaten path in the, the 9 o'clock hour. We get some of that stuff going on too. But we also were told when Andrew Bailey, the Missouri Attorney General, joined us a few weeks ago, that he was going to be suing New York over the Trump hush money case, which was crazy. So here's what's happening. Why does it matter? Well, as I have seen and heard and realized with things that go on, what happened to I just said, okay. And I agree with this. This marks the beginning of what's expected to be the next wave of legal action after a New York jury, obviously did what they did to Donald Trump. And I think he's got a claim. And what Bailey's trying to do here, he's trying to say that the case was brought solely to smear, obviously Trump, as we knew that he did. And he's arguing that the statute of limitations on misdemeanor business records falsification expired back in 2019 specifically, and that the New York DA never specified intent to commit another crime, that he screwed up. And you wait and see what can happen here. There is smoke with this fire. There's fire with this smoke. There's smoke with this fire. I think something will happen with that. I really do. I really do. His quote that he tweeted out late last night, I will be filing suit against the state of New York for their direct attack on our democratic process through unconstitutional lawfare against Trump. It is time to restore the rule of law. So, Alvin Bragg, we already know they didn't want to bring this case for 6 years, and they brought it finally to smear Trump. And we're waiting on whatever sentencing is going to be. And I still don't see where that's going to, I don't see him doing jail time, and I don't see this case lasting. I don't, Lizzie. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. And then especially with Andrew Bailey now, I heard somebody in the state of Missouri getting all up. He should be worried about Missouri's politics and Missouri's lawfare. He shouldn't be worried about Trump in New York.
I think he should be worried for both.
Yeah.
I do. And I think he does a great job for Missouri. But we Missourians, we are a red state. And so we are concerned about, quote, the greater good of the United States. So I am thrilled with Andrew Bailey going after anything, with Donald Trump.
By the way, I did hear this too from the chat line. Jay, thank you for bringing it up. Alvin Bragg, also New York, allegedly has gotten rid of all or most of the charges that were brought against people who took over the Columbia University school building. But, it's all right. You can go do that. It's part of protesting. They took it over and nothing. Todd says Missouri's in the United States. So yeah, he's doing his job.
Absolutely.
The New York stuff affects us all nationally. Yeah, he is doing his job.
That's right.
We need to be concerned about our entire country. Yeah,
exactly.
He's doing his job.
Well, and you know that he's doing his job, and he's running against Will Scharf, who's another good person. And you know that both of them are a threat to the Democratic Party, because I say this often, when you have a Democrat type, like newspaper like we do in St. Louis, and we all conservatives call it the St. Louis Post disgrace. So if you're a conservative and you make it, you know that they're lying about you, are telling half truth. And over the last week, they've been trying to dredge up stuff about Andrew Bailey. And I believe Andrew Bailey, and literally that, you know what Andrew Bailey did? You know what the worst thing he did? Was that when he was like 18 years old, or I don't remember the age, but he fished without a fishing license, and it was expunged from his record. And then Will Scharf, apparently when he was 18, like probably at a fraternity or whatever, sold beer or sold alcohol to somebody when he was 18.
Oh my God, give me a break.
And that's it. And I'm like, okay, that's all these two did? I mean, come on. And so that'll just show you. And I wanted to bring it up again because both of these men are actually very good men doing very great things for our country. And that's all they can say about them. But what they're saying is, oh my gosh, they got them expunged from their records. Well, of course you would. Why would you? But in today's age, no matter what you do, they're going to dig down. But that's what they've done. So I just wanted to say kudos to both of those men for being badasses in your youth. Yeah. Good for you. Good for you.
I didn't read the article. I just saw the headline and I went, you have got to be.
I did read them, but the headlines, if you are somebody that is not aware that St. Louis Post disgrace lies, they actually lie. And then they put these headlines up like these guys are felons or whatever they said about it. And you read a fishing license problem and you had some alcohol that you served to somebody when you were 18. Who cares? Not me. But I just wanted to bring that up because it's really getting heated. Between now and then, Democrats are going to come out really hard against conservatives, and conservatives are coming hard against other conservatives, because sometimes a conservative will leak this stuff to a Democrat magazine so that it looks like it blows up, and it's all just a game.
Jay, also want to remind people that the same people that the charges were dropped with, the same pro-Hamas, pro-Hezbollah, pro-Palestine actors, whatever they are, they held people hostage. No charges. Dropped by Bragg. They held people hostage within a university. No charges. No charges. But we're going to charge Donald Trump because of what he is doing. He's winning. We're charging him because he's winning. Mm-hmm. We're charging him because we're scared to death that he's going to be president and change everything that we like. It is interesting that crap continues to happen over and over and over again. And by the way, Joe Biden, there's another cheap fake video. Check out this video, because what KJP told us, what we see with our own eyes isn't really what we see with our own eyes. Joe Biden barely made it down steps from his plane. Look at this man walk. Look at him. And it's not because he's a war veteran and he suffered an injury. Okay, but here he is. Here he is. Okay, can he do it? Can he get to the bottom? We're showing video. He gets to the bottom. Okay, now watch him walk. Look at that. Look at that man. That is the president of the United States of America. If that doesn't look weak, I don't know what is. He looks like he's stumbling drunk.
Yeah, he does. And it also, he's walking like his Depends is maybe crooked. That's what it looks like to me. I'm not saying he pooped in his pants or anything, but he walks like there's a problem in his drawers. I mean, the poor guy. Why do I say poor guy? I guess that's my empathy. I look at an old person. I love old people. I really love old people. And when I don't realize what he's done in his life and how evil he really has been, I just see him as an old person that has dementia, and that I just want to give him a hug, and I want to give him some pudding, and I want to hear their old war stories. And then my brain goes back to, wait a minute, he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any war stories. He lies about Uncle Bosie and hair on his legs and all this kind of stuff. And then I don't feel sorry for him anymore, because this guy is evil to the core, and his wife is evil to the core, and she doesn't care. She doesn't care that he's like this. She just wants to be the first lady. And Kimberly says he's concentrating on every step. And Troy says we're in deep poo-poo with this guy. Literally.
I mean, look
literally.
at this. Look at that. Look at him go. It's so bad. Just.
Yeah.
Okay. It is what it is. By the way, I got somebody else wanted me to know. Do you think Bill O'Reilly, Vic, should respond to Dan Bongino?
If it were me, I would ignore it.
Because isn't Dan Bongino much larger, much bigger,
for sure,
much more popular than Bill O'Reilly? And maybe Bill was looking at him and trying to, because low-hanging fruit people will try to reach up and grab the higher hanging fruit and try to pull them down.
Yeah. And that's not what Dan Bongino was doing. He just was pissed and was going off because of past stuff. So, okay, I'll be honest, I would love it if Bill O'Reilly would go back after him, because this would be just so entertaining. But should he do it? No. I think he should just let it go. Just let it go. But it would be fun if he did.
But we almost had, and what's happened to Shapiro? Have we heard or seen much from him recently?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When you watch Shapiro, though, it almost looks like, and correct me if I'm wrong,
because he and Candace Owens almost started this Republican.
Yes.
And we don't see it with Democrats.
That's right.
The Democrats do not rip each other like this. They just don't.
They don't.
And they hear Bill O'Reilly ripping their own party.
Yeah.
They hear him talking about a deep state, but nobody else goes after him.
That's right.
It's only these freaking Republicans.
I know. It really is. And that's the thing about our party. I agree with almost everything Dan says. I agree with most of the conservatives that are right of things, but we look bad all the time. And I guess that's okay, because most Republicans want you to speak the truth, but it's like, we wonder why we always lose. And what I mean is
we don't always lose, but don't we wonder why we lose certain things?
Yes. And you're right. We don't always lose. And in certain red areas, we win all the time. But when we get up to DC is what I should clarify myself. Well, even in Jeff City, we have a majority there too, but we can't win. It's because we can't even be civil to each other. If people knew the truth of what's going on in Jeff City, there is good conservatives that are being called rhinos that are not. So then they get butt hurt like Dan did. So I'm going to take my ball and I'm not going to go home, and we can't get anything done. The Republican Party has such beautiful, big, bold personalities, but that person also leads to, I'm butt hurt now and I'm going to take my ball and go home, and we don't legislate then. That's the problem with the Republican Party. And most people don't want to hear it. And they're like, Lizzie, stop railing on the Republican Party. You're as conservative as anyone else. And I'm like, that's why I do that. We're never going to win the broader picture if we just can't play the game. And so I'm going to tell you what my daddy used to say. You do need to play the game with these people. You need to, even if you don't like their personality and you're a legislator, you need to play in the sandbox to get some crap done. But that's not what's going on.
I keep waiting for the Democrats to go after each other, but they
don't. They don't.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't mind Dan Bongino going off.
I don't either. I find
it a little excessive.
Yes.
But at the same point in time, I get it when people kick a sleeping dog.
Yes.
And somebody is just trying to mind their own business, and somebody keeps kicking them and kicking them and kicking them.
Dan's had it. He's had it.
You get to that point. You reach that breaking point.
And I think Jill is right. I think it would be in Bill's best interest to just duck away. Just not say a word for him himself, just not say another word.
But yeah, can he gain anything out of it? Can he gain anything?
I think if he does go back at Dan, it will improve his ratings because a lot of people listen to Dan, and a lot of very passionate conservatives love Dan. And, kind of, I would call milk toast, I'm not going to say they're not conservative, but more mainstream Republican listen to Bill O'Reilly. So there's more people that listen to Dan. It's just, it's not my opinion. It's just a fact. So if he wants to get ratings, Bill needs to go after Dan again, but Dan is going to do the same thing. So it depends on what you want out of it. If you wanted to just go away, then Bill needs to be quiet. But if he wants this to continue to be this loud mouth type thing going on, it helps the ratings. It helps both of the ratings. Because I don't even listen to Bill O'Reilly, but it made me go look at his stuff to find out why Dan Bongino was mad at him again. So I did go to Bill's stuff to find out why. So I think it helps Bill in ratings if he does it, but it doesn't endear anybody to him.
No, that's for sure. It doesn't. Well, maybe it will.
Yeah, maybe
it will.
Yeah. Well, and Anthony says you have to be willing to criticize your own party when necessary to straighten stuff out, because sometimes their own party gets a severe case of dumbassery. And I agree with that. I definitely agree that you have to hold your own, but that's not what a lot of the legislators doing. When they get criticized, then they just don't legislate. They just sit there and filibuster and filibuster and filibuster, and then they get in a fight, and then they take their Tonka trucks and go home, and then they just video themselves in the parking lot. And I'm saying all of them do this. I'm not picking on one conservative here, but that's what they all do.
It is fun though.
It is fun. I love watching it. I'm not going to lie. That's what I was like, oh, Vic, we got to talk about this today, because this was quite entertaining for me.
No, it was. But I mean, a couple other things too that we had to cover though. I mean, just before we got into the 9 o'clock hour of what we were trying to cover as well. It's this story frustrates the hell out of me. And Joe, I sent you some video of them. The thing is, it's under the 12-year-old, Colin Rugg. You had a 12-year-old killed. I mean, and this is what frustrates me. One of the illegals who's been charged with unaliving a 12-year-old, Jocelyn Nurengere, was released into the United States just weeks ago. Just freaking weeks ago. According to the New York Post, one of the men was released into the U.S. after he claimed he was afraid for his life. So he was allowed to come in. And then a 12-year-old girl was killed because of this guy. And I told you, anytime and every time we have one of these stories, we're going to show it to remind you about what's happening in this country, even though Joe Biden has been silent about it. Oh, well, Joe Biden went to Camp David. That's when he was stumbling down the airplane and barely moving. He's going to Camp David for a week to prepare for a debate. He's preparing for a debate, not running the country. If you're running the effing country and all the issues, you shouldn't have to prepare for a debate. You can come in and sit down and go, this is what I'm doing on Monday. This is what I'm doing on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc. But he's not. You should be. Why does he have to disappear for a week to do a debate?
You know why.
Why does he have to go disappear for an entire, and the media is praising it.
That's right.
Oh, he's going to prepare for the debate. Prepare to raise our country the way it should be. Oh, yeah. Sherry says, good news. They lifted the water ban in Ohio with the the Idaho farmers. So the Idaho farmers win. We've been talking about that. Chris says the Republicans have their individual ideological beliefs and the Democrats are a hive mind. Yeah, they are.
That is true. That is very, very true.
No, yeah. So anyway, these migrants, illegals, not migrants, illegals, continue to do everything that they're doing, and it's a problem. Kimberly says, well, they're going to start his new drug therapy.
And they're not even really hiding it.
To prep them.
That's right.
They are. Have you heard something?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they're saying that they're going to, what they're saying is they're going to hydrate him. They're going to, because, he's been a little ill. So they're going to hydrate him. They're not really coming right out and saying what drugs they're going to give him, but that's what's happening. And I heard on CBS, and that's not my favorite station, but I do listen to what they're saying. And they were saying on CBS that at the debate in September, there's going to be a really great surprise that Joe Biden has. Don't know what that means.
In September, he's going to have a surprise.
There's going to have a surprise.
Oh my God.
That there's going to be a surprise in the September debate. It's going to be an all new Joe. Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Roll out Joe 2.0.
Yeah, they're breaking out the new version.
Right. I'm guessing the AI version, or, we've said, since this show started that there's a second Joe. So maybe, and I think we've only seen the original Joe lately, because I don't know why they're not playing the old Joe or the body double Joe. I don't know, but we all know what they're doing in Camp David. For a week, it's been said, this is just a rumor, they've been saying that the people that are going to be on CNN are going to meet him there at Camp David and prep him with all the notes. So I could see that happening. That's just a rumor. I don't know that that's true. But couldn't you see that happening? They're going to hydrate him with some really good drugs the whole time, give him all of the questions, and they're going to be able to do that because at the debate, you can't really rebuttal. They're going to shut the sound off. So when Trump says something, he's not even going to have to answer Trump. He's only going to have to talk to the moderator.
I apologize for not having a camera today. I forgot it. However, I feel like they're going to change his diet. They're going to feed him all the good stuff that, they're going to give him.
Why would they be doing that every day?
Exactly. That's the point. They want him like that so they can control him. However, they want him to be top of his game for the debate. So I guarantee they're feeding him lion's mane mushroom. They're doing all kinds of stuff that is known to reverse dementia, and they're going to do it within this week so he can be at the top of his game. I guarantee that's what they're doing.
Jolt Cola synthetic meth.
Yeah. I could see, because right now they just give him ice cream and whatever makes him happy, because, and this is not even me being mean, but when people have dementia, they often get very angry, and he's seen in public a lot. So they probably just give him whatever he wants, like a small child. But Joe, to your point, that makes a lot of sense that they're going to give him all very healthy things. And with today's medical field, they're giving him intravenous, whatever, around the clock. And the rumor is that the moderators are going to come there and ask him the questions, and they're going to practice. And they did that with Hillary. So why wouldn't they do that with Sleepy Joe?
And I've been saying this for a while now because me and my health thing, it's my thing, I guess. But I know that they can reverse this, or at least make it easier or better for him.
Correct.
And they're not, but I can guarantee you that's what they're doing this week.
That's right. So here's to lion's mane.
Exactly. There's been studies.
That's right. That's exactly right. So it should be interesting. The debate, should it happen? And I think it's going to happen now, because I was leery about it until they have him at Camp David the whole time. It is supposed to be the number one watch thing in a very long time, because everybody's going to be watching it.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. I agree.
Yeah. Because it's going to be, and you say this all the time, Vic, all this guy has to do is answer the questions and not stumble too much, and it'll be a win for them. They will say he won the debate. And Trump could just hit it out of the ballpark and be great no matter what he does, but he's not going to win the debate, according to the mainstream media.
Connie says, I use lion's mane in my smoothies. I have not used lion's mane yet. I've heard all about lion's mane. If somebody knows about it, gives me some information, whatever, I will use anything and everything to help myself now, because I am all into health.
I got you.
Oh, do you?
When it comes to information.
Yep. That's exactly right. If it's healthy, Joe knows what it is.
Damn, that it is Friday. We get into a lot of those things too.
And you can get a lion's mane supplement. I'm very inconsistent with it. I should be but you can even get it on Amazon. You can get it almost anywhere.
It's actually in Joe Rogan's Alpha Brain too, I think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is.
How about that?
It absolutely is.
It is a free for all, and we got so many things on. Dan Bongino, you can talk about ripping Bill O'Reilly, maybe doing what he should have done.
Yeah.
It's
probably been a long time coming. It probably has been a long
the health
time
standpoint, why Joe Biden has to disappear for an effing week when you're running the country. I mean, Trump could just sit down and do a debate. Okay, let's sit down. What do I need to prepare for? Because you mean they're scripted questions? Oh, that's right. They're scripted. I need to memorize these somehow, some way to know what the questions are going to be. Okay. Fantastic. But at the same point in time, it is also Yeah, Trump automatically wins the debate because of Biden's failed economy.
Of course.
No, Troy, I love you, but you're thinking rationally.
Yeah, Troy thinks rationally. Troy is very smart.
Everything is against him right now.
That's right.
Everything. And it will be. That's just what happens. Another interesting story that came out. How about this? Check out this. We've heard Trump talk about JFK and the CIA and their involvement in certain things. We had our Michael. What was this? I always forget his last name, from New York. He broke down Trump, or he broke down CIA being involved in the whole takedown of JFK.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
Mike,
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I know, from New York. Damn.
Yeah, it was like one of the first episodes that I witnessed, I think, coming in here.
Yeah. Somebody on the chat line. Then it's right on the tip of my tongue too. Anybody remember that?
Anyway, but check out another video that was just put out about what Trump thinks. And Trump has talked about this before. I just thought it was a very interesting thing to talk about on a Friday.
You betcha.
You said the first thing, or one of the things you wanted to do, was release the JFK file. And then you said later, I saw it and I wasn't really ready to do it. And then I saw a clip where you changed your mind and you said, I think we're ready to see this file. And I'm just curious.
What's in it?
What? No,
Tell us right now.
What happened? Like what? Yeah.
I actually did do it. I released a lot, as you know. But when it came to the whole thing, I was hit by some people that worked for me that are great people that you would respect. And they asked me not to do it. And I'm saying, why? Tell me why. And they said, sir, I think it needs a little more time. And I released a lot. But I said, if they feel so strongly, I respect the people and would have done that again. But this time, I'm just going to do it.
RFK says the CIA killed his uncle. Do you believe that?
Well, this wasn't CIA that asked me, but I think CIA was probably behind it. But they didn't. They would have preferred that I not release the rest of it. So we did give quite a bit. It's going to be done early on. A lot of people want to see that. And whatever it may say, I won't say, so I have an idea. But whatever it is, it'll be very interesting for people to see. And we're going to have to learn from it.
I love that. That is big. And you know what I thought was interesting was when he said that he wanted to release all of it, but people that he respects and still respects told him to wait.
That's bullshit.
I thought so too.
That's Rhino stuff right there.
That is Rhino stuff.
Why would we still need more time?
Yeah.
Why would you need a day? Why would you need a freaking day if it was a murder?
Yeah, I want to know
who
told
government's
him
involved in it.
I want to know who told him not to release the rest.
And people that he respects.
And it acted like he still respected them. So I want to know who this is.
It's not Mike Pence.
You know it's not Mike Pence. Yeah, because they don't respect Mike Pence anymore.
It's not Bill Barr. You know that.
You know it's not him. Yeah.
It's not Paul Ryan.
Not Paul Ryan.
I was like,
no.
Who else would that be?
Yeah. I would love to know who that is.
Maybe military people.
That's what I was guessing. Yes.
But I just loved it. He says he will release all the information soon.
Yeah.
That means soon into a presidency. Where's Biden? Why wouldn't you want to vote for Trump right now?
Yeah, there'd be no reason not to. No reason not to. But this goes to Robert's point. He thinks this is all selected. So did our Friday guest last time. And I've in the past thought that too. And the reason why I just thought Donald Trump wasn't selected was because of the opposition against him by both parties, not just one party. And I know that's part of the bigger globalization of our country. But that being said, for anybody that truly believes that Donald Trump is in on this, and I am not saying he is, but there are definitely people that think he is, this kind of is one of the reasons they would think that.
I hate to admit it, but I'm becoming one of them.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to be that.
Neither
because
do
I don't want to be, but they're very valid in them saying that because Donald Trump just said that, like he didn't release it and it's still somebody he respects. So that is a little disconcerting to me, except for the fact I agree with Terry on the chat line, and she is a badass woman veteran that sometimes timing is everything. So maybe it's just a timing thing.
Michelle brings an interesting point. I don't know if you have verification or how to do it, but it is a free-for-all speculative Friday that we have fun with and try to entertain. And maybe it's not so entertaining if it's so true. Trump having information related to 9/11.
Absolutely.
Could that be another situation why the deep state has gone after him so hard. And I don't care who you are, if you lost somebody or not. I knew somebody that died, no family members. You know something was up with 9/11.
That's right.
Let's just be real.
That's right.
We've broken that day down on the show on a Free for All Friday before.
Yes.
There's at least evidence to continue to study and go, wait a second.
Yeah.
From insurance policies being cashed out, from allowing certain issues to happen, from not giving all the information, from wondering how evidence was cleaned up or moved here or put there, that something happened on purpose, and it was not by accident, by people just flying here, and just 100% terrorism that we did not know about.
What was
That's
it, Building 7, because it had a fire, collapsed at free fall like it was demoed?
That's right. There's so much of that. And when I first thought it was odd and why I like Donald Trump was when we went into the wrong war. And when I said that, even back then, I was barely in my 20s, I guess. I can't remember what age I was. And I was like, wow, why are we going there? That is not who was involved in 9/11. And they would just say, well, it's because of oil or this or that. Why are sending our troops into the wrong country? Why the wrong war? And then when Donald Trump started saying it, immediately at that point, I was like, he says things that no one else is saying.
Well, Trump did confirm.
And like Alex is saying, and Alex McCarthy, he basically all the evidence was shipped everywhere. Like we have a memorial, a piece of the World Trade Center in Winghaven.
That's right.
So they shipped all the evidence and everything all over the place. Like it's everywhere now.
Well, and if you go to the memorial, we went to it's beautiful and it's glorious and it's hard to listen. Like you hear people on the plane, there's recordings and it goes on and on. But if you're a discerning person that looks at things critically, not just because somebody tells you to, like most of our listeners, they're awesome. There's no way after seeing that museum that you think a plane did this. You know there's something much bigger than that.
Jet fuel and steel burn at different temperatures.
That's right.
And that building was steel. It was made of steel. Right. So getting back to why we brought this up, it just didn't throw it against the wall out of nowhere, is there a possibility that Trump has information on 9/11 as well?
I bet he does.
I mean, if you just break things down, why wouldn't he? And he's already been president, and he already has had access to certain information.
Just him being as strong maybe not politics, but in New York. Just him being from New York and being a part of it at that time.
And he was one of the few people that went there. He donated lots of money to help people. He was really quite a helpful person on the ground. Like you see all kinds of pictures. You even see that at the museum that Donald Trump was there. He cared about the people. He donated exorbitant amount of money. And so he's a very brilliant man. So, you know, he delved into that and is thinking exactly what we're thinking. Even if he doesn't know exactly, he's thinking what we're thinking.
I heard this before from the chat line. Jill, thank you. Michelle Luzutsky from the BBC reported the Building 7 actually collapsed 20 minutes before it actually did. I've seen the video. I just didn't know if it was real or not. Maybe you know that it is.
Right.
Because people can do, quote, deep fakes and things of that nature, but I had saw it as well. Jay says, I don't think if the government was involved on any level, they will ever release that information. Not on purpose.
Yeah, no, not on purpose. And Robert's right. Evidence of the 9/11 crime scene cleared up at a record speed, especially the 45-degree angle cuts on the steel girders from the paint and so on and so on. Watch 911 Architects and Engineers.
And what about the Pentagon?
Yeah, all that. Well, you know what? I said this on the show, but we should say it again. So I'm not going to say the person's name because he lives in St. Charles County. But at the time we went to church with him and he was in the Air Force. And when the first building, when the first plane hit, my husband got on the phone. I'll never forget it. And he literally told my husband that a plane is going to Pentagon, but it's not what you think it is. And the government will take that plane down. It's not the people on the plane. It's the government who's taking the plane down. And he did that. That was his part of his job. So my husband's face turned stark white. He goes, our government is going to take a plane down. And I'll be damned if I haven't always seen it that way. And we knew it before it was going to happen. It was really weird.
That is weird.
Well, and why won't they release all the frames of all the security cameras of the plane hitting the Pentagon? I mean, there's nothing.
This is
but
America, where we have had controversy after controversy after controversy for decades after decades. Tragedies, controversies, what's actually happening in this country behind the scenes, trying to take it down here, families that we've talked about, stealing from the American public, all those things.
That's right.
And Alex, again, Trump builds those buildings and says they couldn't fall like that. So I laugh when people with no experience dismiss the steel jet fuel angle. I think that's the strongest one ever.
That's exactly right.
It's so right in front of your face. It smacks you in your face.
That's right.
But it's so obvious, people want to act like they don't know. They don't get it.
And because they don't want to think their government lied to them. They don't want to think all these years they believe something that turns out not true. And like Sherry's saying, no plane at the Pentagon. That's exactly right. It was a missile that took it down. And that gentleman told that to my husband, that they were going to take the plane down, but it wasn't necessarily going to go in the building. So, and I don't think he meant to tell my husband. I think it was in the heat of things, because afterwards he will not admit he said it.
Well, the other thing that you have to remember too, how about all those weapons of mass destruction in Iraq?
Yes.
We want to talk about us being great in America, but we're honest about crap around here. And you know that.
That's right.
We're conservatives doing the show, but there are Republicans who will call out. Okay, we're not like, oh, we're Republicans, we're great in everything we do. No. We fudge that whole thing up.
That's right.
I mean, you want to talk, I was saying, you total fuckery. That was that. We went and destroyed an entire country for oil.
That's right.
And there weren't any weapons of mass destruction.
Lies.
There weren't. But then, Bush becomes friends with the Obamas and everything is just forgotten about and forgiven.
That's right.
I'm going to go paint.
Yeah, I'm going to go paint.
That should be his longest lasting legacy. Should it not be? Am I going off the reservation today, people?
No, you're exactly right. But a lot of people.
That's how I remember. That's how I remember Bush. I mean, yeah, it was great. I'm going to stand and soon everybody's going to hear us. Yeah, that made us feel good.
Yeah.
But my God, the more you study this, and it's not like we've become conspiracy theorists. It's not that we've lost our brain. You just become more educated. And yeah, people are going to remember us. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We're talking about a man who didn't exactly, he didn't have a lot of brain power.
Yeah. I don't think he was the smartest tool in the shed, for sure.
And not a lot the sharpest, that's for sure.
That's right. That's right. Well, and I remember that, there was something odd about the classroom. Even at the time, his behavior at the classroom, it was just so odd to me. And he didn't look overly surprised. Now, I know that sometimes people get bad news and they go into shock and they don't have any reaction, but his was peculiar, I thought.
Well, I mean, to react in front of a bunch of kids with panic would be a bad decision.
I've never faulted him for that. I never did. I mean, because everybody reacts differently.
That's true. That's true. I still thought it was very odd.
I've gotten some really bad news in my life, and it seems like when I've got the worst news in my life, it's the most calm I've ever been.
I can understand.
And it's little shit that drove me crazy.
That's true. That's true. Because we go into, just protective mode, and your body's able to react to a crisis. And maybe that's all it is. But I just still thought he acted odd that day.
But my God, talking about a speculative Friday, not only Trump's promising, he is telling you he's going to release all the JFK information if and when he becomes president, and he'll do it quickly. Number one. Then the second part of that is the situation. Does he know anything about 9/11? I don't think he would. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're there. I don't think if there is something, because that would be too soon.
Yeah.
But it all depends on, my God, you know what? Are there any rules anymore after what they've done? The deep state has done to Donald Trump?
No rules.
Maybe it would be time.
Yeah.
We want to know.
We do want to know.
Especially if you know somebody who died, or know loved ones or friends or family who lost others.
And think about what
because there was no reason for that to happen.
Well, think about what they made us do at the airports now, too, because of it. And that's minute compared to somebody that lost loved ones. I understand that. But our whole way of flying and traveling changed after that.
Is it me, or is this maybe Trump's way of maybe trying to get unalived by one of these three-letter organizations?
I don't know that. I don't
he wants to be unalived.
I mean, why would he be poking the bear? Wait, just, it's almost like he wants to be decapped.
Because he's like, fuck it.
Right?
All of it right
I mean,
now.
And think of what would happen at that point if that did happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I don't know.
You're making a really good point. And the reason why I'm saying that is people that he still respects. He made a point in that video of saying people told him basically it wasn't time to do it. And so maybe that's why, Joe, maybe he still respects him because he said, if you tell on the CIA or any of the alphabet soup people, you will be gone. That you will go of the way of Abraham Lincoln and JFK. So you can't do that right now.
I don't think anybody's going to live him, but obviously there's a whole group of people that do.
Yeah.
I know you
I hope
too.
not. I really hope not.
Yeah.
I mean, when you do stuff like that, when you poke a bear, I mean, and we know that it's a bear because it's done it to other very well-known people.
That's right.
The people in very popular.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I think that is a great point. I never even thought about it from that angle till you said that. There had to be a reason Trump didn't do that. They knew that his life was going to be in peril. But now maybe he's willing to do that as long as he gets the second term. And if he does not get the second term, I think he really will talk then.
Patrick, thank you. Patrick Willette. My God, Patrick, I was like, oh, I see his name.
There he is. Right. There he is.
Yes, you broke down the JFK for us and the CIA, which was massive.
Patrick was great.
And I tried to get Patrick on the show a couple of weeks ago, but he was enjoying the beach. I totally get it. It would be one of those things. Jill says, once again, people life in prison or unalive to save the country.
Mm-hmm.
Not that far-fetched. No, it's not. And you're not off the reservation, as I was talking about earlier, by saying that. The globalist bear, which does exist.
That's right.
There.
Yep, that's exactly right.
And when has Trump poked the bear? He's always poking the freaking bear.
Yeah, he's always poking it.
If you want to call it the deep state bear.
That's right.
My God, it is interesting when we talk about all those things. By the way, this is cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Projo in the house. Special thanks to Complete Auto Body Repair. 5 locations throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. We are grateful for their support for our show. If you have any issue with your car, there's no better place to go. You go to Complete Auto Body Repair. They're going to do it fast. They're going to do it honest. They're going to tell you what it actually costs. They're not going to nickel and dime. If you don't need anything, they're going to tell you. And they're going to tell you, hey, come back at some other point. CompleteAB.com, CompleteAB.com. The phone number, by the way, 314-731-7999. That's 314-731-7999. Also, we are especially grateful for David Gregory and his company, as we say, the Conservative Injury Lawyer. David Gregory, conservativeinjurylawyer.com, conservativeinjurylawyer.com. If you've had an accident with a car, with a truck, a motorcycle, any sort of personal injury, if it comes to workers' comp or your religious beliefs, your faith has been infringed upon in some way, you give Dave a call first, 314-619-4230, 314-619-4230. You don't care where you go. But you would not be doing yourself justice unless you call Dave at least first before you decide. He's also going to knock off percentages of what he does if you say cancel this, that you heard about him on cancel this. He will take care of you from that standpoint on cancelthisshow.com. 314-619-4230. He's also running for Missouri State Senate. He's licensed in 7 states. And oh yeah, by the way, he has written much of the law when it comes to getting money back in the state of Missouri because he was a former state rep and he has an accounting degree on top of it. We are also grateful for WeQuipUSA.com. Once again, WeQuipUSA.com. If you need to rent anything, you go to WeQuipUSA.com. Something for the weekend, something for a week. If you want to make a little cash on the side and you have something, all you have to do is go to the site, sign up, put your items there, take some pics, and you never know what might happen. Paige and her crew do a good job. They promote businesses. They also promote rooms as well. And of course, Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley and Winty's at Roadhouse in Defiance. You've got 2 special locations. Work hard, play hard. That's what you do. You talk to 7-8 different people. You'll find 7-8 different favorite foods. And you don't just go to Winty's once. You go there, and it gets in your blood, just like the good food does. And you want to go back, and you want to enjoy good times, great entertainment, great service, and of course, great friends as well. This is cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Projo in the house, and our friend Kelly Manno. Before we bring you in, Kelly, we say hi. Joe, by the way, did you have a chance to look back at emails, or should I go ahead and do that?
I don't have
I will check
emails.
it because
I have a picture that Kelly sent me. I don't know if she meant it to
Kelly,
be.
how's life going?
Life is going good. Sorry I'm late.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, my son needed a ride to work, and then he slept in, and I'm like, damn it, now you're going to make me late.
Those damn kids.
Where does he work?
Well, I can't say. I don't want people to follow him, but he works up here in Chesterfield. Joe, I think I thought I texted you 3 pictures.
I only remember getting the one. It was an older pic.
Oh no, you should have the newer one too. I can send it to you right now.
If you could do that, Kelly Manno from the Kelly Manno Show. We appreciate Kelly coming in. She comes in every now and then on Fridays for our free for all edition, and we'll set it up too because recently Kelly, and we talked about this. I couldn't wait to see New Kids on the Block's in town tomorrow night.
Yeah,
in St. Louis. They're going to be over at Hollywood Casino.
Yep.
New Kids on the Block. Well, Kelly also had a chance to go behind the scenes with New Kids on the Block. They hired Kelly Manno to come and promote their show. I have seen the pictures. We're sending it to Joe.
Yep, you're right, Joe. They didn't go through. They didn't deliver for some reason.
Oh, but you're sending. So
I'm sending them right now.
All right, Kelly from the Kelly Manno Show. Social media superstar, millions of followers, all around good person.
Ha.
How was it going behind the scenes with New Kids? And remind everybody what you did with New Kids on the Block.
So I was hired technically by Live Nation to help promote the New Kids on the Block tour. They're doing this Magic Summer Tour, which is recreating a tour they did in 1990 called the Magic Summer Tour. And so 24 years later, they are doing it again. So I just happened to be at that Magic Summer Tour in 1990. And I have a picture that I sent to Joe, and I'm wearing this like giant button because back in the day, that's what New Kids fans wore. They wore these giant buttons.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes. That was kind of like any blockhead knows, like the big buttons were a big deal. And I hung on to that button for so long. Now I hang on to a lot of nostalgic stuff, but like my old cheerleading jacket and crap, but it's all put away. But that Donnie button has been in my top drawer for 35 years, because I knew I was going to meet him one day, and I knew that I would need to know where that button was.
You just knew it.
Yes, it's been in my bra and underwear drawer every
Stop it.
No, every day of my adult life, it's been in there. And so when New Kids when Live Nation reached out to me and said, hey, they want to do this bit with you, and they want to have you promote the show and come out and meet the band. Like I almost drove off the road. I had to pull over because I wasn't sure if I was reading things right. And sure enough, that's what it was. So they flew me and my friend Jody to their kickoff show in Ohio last weekend. So I've already seen the show that they're going to do. It's very good. And yeah, I got to meet them, and you guys haven't seen the video yet because I can't release it until Live.
Oh, so you only had pictures that you
Well, I have a video, but I can't release it yet because it hasn't been released on, like Live Nation has to give me the green light to post my video.
Interesting.
And I saw that video, and I don't remember if I saw it on your stuff or it got forwarded somewhere else.
And it may have gotten tagged or something.
I think so. And so I thought about sending it to Joe. I'm glad I didn't, because
I mean, it's not the end of the world if people, we can't stop that kind of thing.
Right.
It's just that I can't release it as my hey, here's when I met New Kids until Live Nation approves every
makes sense
second of my ad. And so
so damn cute up there on that stage.
Oh, they are so cute. But I think they're gonna what's it called? They're gonna approve it today. So the video will be there soon. I will tell you, there were tears. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that.
Well, can we show some of the pictures?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we have them?
Okay, so there I am in 1990.
Oh my God, look at you.
So cute.
Wait, 1990?
That is in 1990. And I'm wearing, see that giant button on my hip?
I do.
Oh my God, that thing is huge.
Yeah, that's my big Donnie button.
Your big Donnie button.
Look how cute you look.
I know. Those were the days.
Who was the woman or the young
that's
girl?
That's my friend Melissa.
Okay.
So cute.
Yep. And then if you go to the next one, there is me and Jody and all the guys.
Okay. All right. Megan and I were looking at this picture.
Mm-hmm.
And can you go from left to right again and remind everybody who everybody is?
Sure. On the left is John, and then there's Joey, and then on the other side of me is Jordan. And then I think it's my friend Jody, and then Donnie and Danny on the end.
Okay.
And Danny is not in a bad mood. Everybody keeps asking me that.
Yeah, but he always looks pissed.
He was the nicest one there. He was the first one out to talk to the fans.
Aw.
He was the first one out.
What's Danny's last name? Do you remember? I don't know who.
No, I don't know. He's like the dancer of the group. He's got big muscles too. But so that meet and greet kind of threw me off because, you guys know, I'm kind of a control freak, right? I don't like not knowing what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, there's me and Donnie.
Aw.
And my button is autographed now. See it in the picture?
The best. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I was so happy in that picture. But I thought we were going to do just a standard, like stand in line, meet and greet. It's called a step and repeat, right? If you go to a movie premiere or something, you step in front of the background, you take a picture, boom, next group, real quick stuff, right? And so they come out, and then all of a sudden, Donnie and Danny and John start like coming up through the line. And I'm like, oh my God, Donnie's going to come up and greet me. And I was not prepared for that. I was prepared for the step and repeat, just go through like cattle, kind of thing. And then by the time Donnie got to me, I was crying. And I turned around to get my shit together because I'm 45 years old. I can't be crying over a boy band at 45 years old. But I just lost it just because, this is somebody. Like, I don't fangirl that often. I've been in radio so long. I've met so many cool people. But to see someone like Donnie Wahlberg, who's brought you so much joy and happiness in your life, and how many memories like that band has made for me and how much he loves his fans. Wait until you see the video. He gave me, like, I swear, a 60-second hug.
When are you going to release the video?
As soon as Live Nation tells me I can.
So, and there's no real time. They'll just do it at some point in time.
It should they want it up as soon as possible.
What was the coolest thing about meeting these guys that you loved for so long?
That
because each one, you have your impressions, and
yeah,
your ideas of what it would be like, or was it just kind of one of those things where they're nice, but it's kind of just casual?
So
and
for Joey and Jordan, they just hung out and did the step and repeat. They didn't really talk much.
Are they brothers?
No, John and Jordan are brothers.
Or John? Okay, John. That's what I meant.
But I don't want to give the impression that Joey and Jordan were like mean or anything. They just didn't. The other three came out in the line and kind of went the extra mile and like greeted everybody. And Joey and Jordan just kind of stood at the step and repeat and and waited for people to come and go. But I mean, like it was fine. It was awesome. Donnie, Danny, and John definitely had the most fun with their fans and came out and then Donnie was in the middle of the concert and came and gave me another hug.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
He saw me like standing off of this platform he was dancing on, and he jumped down and gave me a hug in the middle of the show. So hopefully that video will be out today. Again, if you've seen little things here and there, because I know my friend Jody posted some stuff and
maybe that's where
she probably tagged me.
Yeah, but those pictures you gave us were great.
They were great.
I just
thanks
can't
for getting those up, Joe.
When I do a video like that, there's all these restrictions on exactly what you can and can't say, and exactly how long it can be, and all these different things, and exactly what they want you to promote.
Yeah.
So I'm on like my 4th revision, I think, with Live Nation. So they'll be like, okay, it's perfect, but change this. Okay, it's perfect, but change this. So it should be. I'm hoping it's today that I get to release it because all my followers have been dying to see it.
I'm sure.
And you got paid.
Yeah.
I repeat, you got paid to do this.
Yes, I just got, that's my job.
How about the show? What was the show like? Scale?
It was great. It was awesome. I mean, nothing will replace the first time that I saw them again in 2009 when they came back from like just being in hiding for 15 years. But the show was great. Their voices are so good. And are you going to the show, Vic?
No, I was looking at trying to make it through connections because Megan loves them.
Yeah.
But then it's not going to work.
So anyone that goes to the show, like, and you hear Jordan,
if anybody has tickets,
Vic wants tickets. He wants to see Donnie.
2 tickets that you would help me out big time. Big time.
Jordan, like, he does not get the credit he deserves because he's in a boy band, but the falsettos he hits it's better than Justin Timberlake. It's insane. He just doesn't get as much. Oh my God, he's so good.
Well, marketing's such
he's not in jail too. So
that's true.
He's not in jail.
Well, I just had to say that.
I hate that. Why can't we just leave people like that alone?
I know, but you know what's funny is
Justin Timberlake's mugshot going. Who cares?
Well, I loved what Kelly you said about it.
What did I say?
Well, you had that. You were talking about how you were just not really making fun of the situation, but
that he was stoned out of his mind.
Yes,
yeah,
he looked stoned.
Yeah,
he looked stoned.
Hell
yeah!
I got a different respect for him.
Joe, did he look stoned?
I got a different respect.
Now Joe likes him.
Yeah, he looks stoned off his ass.
Well, so you guys know that
leave Justin alone.
In the traffic stop, he said, "Oh, this is going to ruin the tour." Did you guys know that? because the cop that pulled him over was like 22 years old. He had no idea who Justin Timberlake was. Even after running his name, he had no idea that this was a famous person. And then at some point under his breath, Justin said, "Oh, this is going to ruin the tour." And the cop said, "What tour?" And he said, "My world tour." So now anytime something is going wrong, like wrong in my life, like I drop something or I go the wrong way, or I'm going to be like, this is going to ruin the tour. That's going to be like my go-to of like, shit's not going right for me right now. But, you know, I mean, Justin is a well-behaved adult citizen. I mean,
right.
He should go through the same process everybody else does, get in trouble for whatever. You shouldn't be drinking and driving, but I mean, I think this will be a blip on his radar. I don't think it's going to affect anything.
I do too. And most things like that, people are human.
Yes.
He didn't kill anybody.
No.
Because Vic asked me that on the show. What do you think about that? And I hadn't heard it. It happened. It must have just happened when he said that. And I'm like, what ends well is well. If he had murdered somebody or whatever, but he didn't. And he's probably going to learn from this. And okay.
Oh yeah, I think a lot.
There's
of
the picture of him right there.
I think a lot of people wake.
I hate showing his picture, but I understand.
I'm only doing that because I want you to look at his.
I know.
Listen,
I know.
Look.
I get it, Lizzie.
I promise in like 5 years, he's going to be making fun of that mugshot on SNL.
Oh, he is. Yeah. He is.
Like it's not going to be, And like I said, he's a good guy. And I think a lot of people sometimes need a DUI to wake them up, that they shouldn't be driving like that. And it's like a wake-up call for people who kind of go out on the weekends and come home late. And so hopefully he'll learn from it, because you absolutely shouldn't drink and drive.
Right, because he could afford an Uber, and he could even,
of course.
I mean, he's got so much money that he could have called anybody. That's my only beef with him. It's like, you are not
You have
above
so many resources.
I know. It's like you could have called anybody. But
I know.
I agree.
But if you drink, you're not thinking about everything
that's right. That's the problem.
Right. Well,
on a better note.
Yeah.
Anything shock you, surprise you because you knew everything about New Kids on the Block that you're like, oh, wow, that's surprising, or, oh, okay.
Well, what was surprising to us was Paula Abdul canceled 10 minutes before she was supposed to go on.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah. And apparently there was some kind of hissy fit going on backstage, because this was the kickoff. It was the first tour of the tour. It was the first night.
Oh, man. I like Paula. Oh,
yeah.
Why did she call in sick or whatever?
No. So about 20 minutes before the show, about 20 minutes before Paula's set was supposed to start.
Oh, no.
Some things came up on the big screens that said, due to technical issues beyond our control, Paula Abdul will not be performing tonight.
And people went there thinking she was going to perform.
Oh, it was literally 20 minutes before she's supposed to go.
So maybe it wasn't even her fault. Maybe it was technical difficulty.
Right. I don't.
No.
So they just made an example.
You know what? I think it may have been technical difficulties that she was not happy with. Like,
she
she didn't have the accommodations she wanted. Either she didn't have the space she wanted, or she didn't have the microphone that she wanted to sound like. I think it was something that would have compromised her integrity of like as a performer. Like that's what I'm guessing.
I liked watching her dance.
Me too.
She is a stud. Paula Abdul is not given enough credit. She did so much choreography for all of Janet Jackson's like big choreography. Paula Abdul did. She was an LA Laker girl, one of like the originals, and so she's a fantastic dancer. She's one of my favorite dancers because she's itty bitty. And when you're smaller and you're a dancer, it's harder. You don't have that.
Who else do we know that's itty bitty and a super dancer?
Right there,
Kelly Manno,
sitting in the room with us.
Well, I'm not as itty bitty as Paula, and I'm definitely not as good of a dancer.
You're not what? She's more itty bitty than you?
Yes. I mean, oh my God, she's tiny. You could put her in your pocket. A lot of the new kids are too. You forget that. These celebrities always look bigger.
They do. They look bigger than life.
Yeah, they are. No, they are. And it's how you get shot. I know. I met many of them over the years being in TV, and it blew my mind. I never met one that was actually bigger than what I thought they would be. Not one.
And that's
not one.
The number one comment that I get from people when they meet me in person is, oh my God, I had no idea you were short.
You know what? I did interview Shaq.
Yeah.
Back in my my sports reporting days, when I was in Detroit covering the Pistons. I walked into the locker room. Literally, it was later. I'd already done the Pistons. I walk in, and Kobe is sitting down on the bench. Shaq is in the corner. He had just sat down. I'm trying to remember. I think it was maybe Robert Ory and another guy. I literally like rushed and walked in, and then they all just look up at me.
Like,
and I'm looking at them like, I was like, could I get any of you guys outside? And they all, and Kobe just kind of like looked down. He wasn't a jerk. Shaq's like, I'll get you in a second.
Shaq will do
anything.
And
he stood up, and Shaq walked outside after he got dressed.
Yeah.
And that is the biggest man I have ever, that is the biggest man I've ever stood next to.
Yeah. So I met Hulk Hogan. He was the biggest I've
But
ever
he
met.
makes Hulk look small.
Sure he does. Sure he does. But meeting Hulk Hogan was almost like meeting a cartoon character.
Because he's so big.
Because
Are you killing me? I know where you eating your vitamins.
Yes. No, I mean that's exactly what it is. But yeah, Shaq's big, and yeah, Shaq will promote anything. I mean, that man is a product whore. He is selling and slinging toilet paper and then scrub brushes, and then he's got to be making a shit ton of money.
But he was a smart businessman.
Yeah.
He did the Vita Water. When the vitamin water came out,
that was his
many,
thing.
many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a part of that.
Yeah.
And that was I read a business article on it, and huge success.
Yeah.
For him and his investors, what vitamin water did and has become as well.
Yeah. He's got so much money. I can't believe he's even still working and doing commercials and stuff. It's like, because I know how much you get paid for those commercials. You get paid really well. If you're a commercial actor, holy cow. And then you get residuals. It's insane.
I get residuals still. I told you that.
From
Batman, Superman.
No,
Batman, Superman.
Yeah, my voice was in the Batman, Superman movie, and I should have had my damn face, and I was pissed because Michigan. I told you guys this story, didn't I?
No,
I guess if I did,
I still get I still get residual checks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, IMBG, I'm on there.
So they send you like $8 a year. Or something?
The lowest check I've got. No, I get them like every quarter. I get like it's down to about like $60-$70 every quarter.
Yeah, but
so
I
spent it. Well, what I did was I spent an entire day, like a 9-hour day, shooting for the Batman Superman movie, and it was supposed to be for a spot where there's a helicopter chasing this monster around the city, where it's jumping from building to building, and they specifically did not tell me. So I auditioned for it, got the part. So went in. There's no script.
Oh no!
And I am freaking out because as a news guy,
you need
you
stuff
get scripts. You write scripts. But they wanted it to be authentic and genuine. So I get in there. They put me inside of a helicopter that they have suspended like 20 feet in the air. And they have cameras all around and people there. And I'm supposed to grab onto the side of the door and hang out and describe like
you're a news anchor. Like
I'm a news anchor. Like, oh, we're chasing around. It's jump from this building. Oh my God, we got to get under the bridge. And then there's a fan that's blowing about 100 miles an hour in my face to give it that look.
Oh, but I didn't. Did they film the clip thinking they were going to use the actual clip, and then they ended up just using your voice?
Yeah, there was a quick clip of the voice.
Yep, that happens sometimes.
And that was it.
Yeah,
but I still get residuals from that day.
That's awesome.
We need to play that clip on the show.
Yeah, I've tried to listen to it, and it's only I can hear it. Kind of.
Oh, okay.
But if we can find it, somebody can.
No, my daughter's done a lot of commercials and stuff, and it pays really well.
Kelly, how tall are you?
Like 5'1".
Okay, somebody was asking from the line.
They were guessing you were 5'2" was the guess.
I think I'm 5'1" because my youngest daughter's past me now.
Okay.
So my littlest one just right up by me.
Yeah, my son kind of comes up and like sticks his chest out.
Does
like,
he?
Looks down at me like.
Oh, is he taller than you?
Yeah, the younger one. He's like, "Yeah, what's up?"
Oh, come on. How old is he?
16.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
He's probably not even done growing yet then.
Susan says she used to take care of Larry Bird and his peeps back in the late 80s.
Lady what? My brain exploded.
Larry Bird. She took care of Lady Bird.
Lady Bird. Now we're saying Lady Bird.
I'm done.
Yeah, my brain could not compute those words.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
And his friends.
Back
in the 80s. And then she's like, but his legs though.
Take care of him how?
Yeah, what did you? I was thinking the same thing. I'm glad you asked that. Like, how did you take care of him? Did you give him a sponge bath?
No,
Did you massage his legs? Did you comb his hair? What'd you do?
I don't know.
Have you heard of sound baths? I heard people talking about sound baths.
So my friend Samara was telling me about it.
I'm not to get off the beaten track, but it's a crazy Friday.
It sounds like a really fruity, silly thing that I would go to once and make fun of, but I think that it would be great for other people who need it.
I've just heard about sound baths recently.
So you go in a room, right? And you like lay down, like, and they cover your face. I think like you lay down like in a sleeping bag, and then they play sounds that are supposed to like relax your brain.
I took like a test that way one time where you went in. I don't even remember why I did it. I think it was like a teacher's conference where they do like you lay down and they play all these different sounds and see what your reaction is with your blood pressure.
Yeah. And I mean, honest to God, it'll probably work for a ton of people. I can't hold still that long and I don't take shit seriously. So I'll be laughing. Like 10 minutes in, I'll be like, this is stupid. I'm out of here.
I guess, do you pay to do that?
Yeah, you pay. It's like a yoga, but you get to lay down.
Okay.
And they play certain sounds that are supposed to like cleanse your brain.
There probably is truth to that. There's probably stuff in there in your brain you got to get out.
Well, I think just laying down for an hour during the day without your phone in your hand
is beautiful.
Right.
No, it is.
Yes, you got to do that every
So
once in a
add
while.
that to a comfy sleeping bag or whatever, and they're
Yes.
playing, you know,
cool sounds,
weird violins that make your brain, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you following anybody with New Kids on the Block now? Are they following you? Do you have phone numbers? Are you guys friends?
I did not take down any phone numbers. No, but so Donnie's wife, Jenny McCarthy, loves me.
I've heard of her.
Forgot that. Okay.
So she was around.
Well, she wasn't there. I wish she was there, but she messages me on TikTok. She follows all my stuff.
Are
She
you
likes all my
shitting
stuff.
me?
That's really cool.
Carrie Underwood follows me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Okay, you've
So
never.
so does Channing Tatum from Magic Mike.
Yeah, I've
Nice.
heard of him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, so I got a lot of big celebrity followers, but I don't notice until they comment on something because, you know, I get thousands of followers a day. So I don't look at that. And there's no way to go through my list and go, hey, which one of these 2.7 million people are celebrities? Like, there's not a way to do that. So like, I remember one day Pink like commented on one of my things and I was like, holy shit. So until
I'm trying to promote you besides Channing. Who else did you say?
Channing Tatum, Jenny McCarthy,
Oh, Jenny.
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie.
Love Carrie.
I know Pink has reposted me. I don't know if she follows me or not, but yeah, these big ass celebrities.
That's pretty exciting.
And I just put it out of my brain because then I think like I overthink things and I'll be like, oh, I need to act a certain way because Carrie Underwood's watching,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
But yeah, it's fun. So, but no, I didn't get any of their phone numbers. It was very much just a meet and greet, you know, cattle call.
Yeah,
and we go.
I reached out to Kelly for contacts
Mhm.
to get
Mhm.
behind the scenes to try to
I'm like, I don't
take
know.
care of Megan. And Kelly's like, Vic, let me stop you before you go. I don't know anybody.
I don't know anyone.
I don't.
No,
I don't
I
have
don't know
contacts.
anyone. I know the person that helped me because I had to go out of town for that. It was
Cleveland, baby.
yeah, I went to Cleveland. So I definitely don't know anybody in Cleveland.
Right.
But you should check ticket prices about an hour before the show because everybody starts dropping them.
Do they really?
Oh yeah, I saw Garth Brooks for like $40.
That's nice.
Where did you sit?
Oh, lower bowl.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
If the concert starts at like 8, especially if they have an opener, and you don't want to wait till that opener goes on,
Mhm.
and then look at those stuff. I've bought ticket. I should not be telling people my secrets, but I have bought tickets in the nosebleed for Elton John. And as soon as he played his first note, I went on StubHub and was like, all right, who didn't sell their tickets?
Okay.
And then I moved to those seats. So, I mean, it's just,
Yeah, you can just move to them.
yeah, but you can also buy them. Like during the show, during the concert, I can go, okay.
Yeah, but don't you have to show a ticket stub to get in some venues to go down into a
Well, I
lower
already have a
spot?
ticket. I already have
But
a
not
ticket
the
stub.
ticket stub that says the seat that you're going to
Well, the Elton John one I bought. Or actually, I bought one ticket is what I did, and not Lucy because she was young enough that I was like, hey, she's with me. Here's mine.
Yeah. There you go.
So
that happens a lot.
I've been playing the I don't think
the shuffle.
I've ever sat where I'm supposed to sit in a concert.
It's the seat shuffle.
Yeah, it's the sheet. Wait.
The sheet shuffle.
The sheet shuffle. So like I got my daughter Libby had nosebleeds at Taylor Swift and I got her on the floor. So
Oh, that's a big
That is
deal.
big. That is big.
it was really easy.
Uh-huh. Hey, you know what? We're talking with Kelly Manno from the Kelly Manno Show. Remind everybody what's happening with your show. You still rock. Are you out with it yet? Are you putting content out?
So right now, there's a lot of focus on TikTok. TikTok is really pumping out content well. They're paying well. There's this TikTok shop thing that everybody got so annoyed by, but it seems to be sticking around. They're trying to compete with Amazon.
Yeah, I saw this.
They're trying to compete with
I started
Amazon
to study it. I was told, look at TikTok Shop.
Mhm.
and it's starting to work. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should look into this because I started
Yeah.
seeing other really smart creators do it because it's kind of a joke because almost anybody, you only need like 10,000 followers to be in the shop or whatever. And then you can just go in and pick a product and they send you a free sample and you talk about it and you get commission on it. Now, there's a lot of people out there just buying and selling whatever they can because they're just like, give me money, give me money.
Yeah.
But if you do a collaboration that makes sense, you can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I found this like karaoke machine that I took in my car with my daughter and we sang a bunch of songs and sold a shit ton of those things.
They were like pink
Yes,
microphones, weren't
I
they?
never had to do a damn thing but sing in the car with my daughter and you make thousands of dollars. So you get the right product. And yeah, like TikTok Shop, I thought it would come and go, but I think it's going to stick around, and I'm going to look into it more. So that's why I haven't been doing the YouTube show very much, because I've been kind of trying to wrangle that and focus on that. And then Facebook's paying pretty decent right now. It's just, and my Gen X shirts. I try not to have too many irons in the fire. I try to keep it.
If you do, you're running around crazy.
Yeah.
I've learned this.
Yeah.
and am learning.
I sit and I look at like, okay, what provides me steady income every month that I can rely on? And it's like my Gen X t-shirts, my Instagram subscribers, like stuff like that is pretty consistent every month. And everything else is like, well, what did I make this month? So, but TikTok Shop, yeah. And they'll send you furniture. Like I can buy anything I want on TikTok Shop, and they'll send it to me for free. But then I have to promote it, and I have to pick and choose, because I don't want to burn out my audience. Like my audience doesn't want to see me promoting a coffee table.
Yeah.
Unless it's a New Kids on the Block coffee table.
Then that would make sense.
Yeah. So, but like the pink microphone makes a lot of sense. I just ordered this thing. It's called an ice blanket, because I'm always hot.
Blanket.
Yes. It's for like women in menopause.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's not actual ice, but it's a blanket that's supposed to keep you cool.
Yeah. And in the middle of the night,
they're
that's
supposed
great.
to have a little weight on them too.
Probably. Yeah.
Those help.
Yeah. The weighted blankets are great. And then they felt cold.
Aren't you going to give me a compliment that I know all this stuff?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's Megan. I know it's not you.
You look, I don't know. Something about you looks a little different.
It shouldn't look different yet.
Now, I don't know. I think you look younger.
Well, I had
I see youngness.
Yeah. Well, I think you're full of shit, but I did have Botox for the first time ever yesterday.
You did it. Oh, wait a minute. Just yesterday?
Yeah. So it's going to take a few.
Okay. I just got sold out.
Yeah.
I knew Kelly had gotten Botox, and I thought it was 2 weeks ago.
No,
it's not going to show in a day, but I'm telling you, I think it has. It's already taking.
It's the cute overalls in your hair too, because people on the chat line, when you first sat down, was saying you looked exceptionally perky and cute.
Aw, well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're talking about my boobs being perky.
It could be your boobs in that.
I'll take it.
Short outfit. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's so hot out here.
It really is hot. It is hot.
Yeah, I had Botox for the first time ever. So my friend Stella runs Aurora Cosmetics in Chesterfield, and every time I bump into her, she's like, "You should come try Botox. I'll let you try it for free. You can review it. Blah blah blah." And so I finally went and did it, and we did Botox in my under eyes, like my crow's feet. We did it kind of above my eyebrow, like over here. But I'm like, and then we did this thing, whatever that's called. But I'm like, I need you to leave my forehead alone because I tell stories for a living, and I have to move my face. Like I can't.
You can still move your face if you do. Like, don't I move my face? Do you see me make?
No, but how long ago did you have Botox?
No, I've had it a couple months ago.
Yeah. I just didn't want the frozen forehead where you can't move your eyebrows.
I think you have to get a ton to get there.
Okay. Well, they did all around my eyes, and then they did, do you know what these are called? Your bunny lines. When you scrunch your nose like a bunny, like there's like
the bunny nose lines.
The bunny nose lines. And then she did these things, the like laugh things. And then she did something in my neck, like down these things.
Oh, Botox in the neck?
Yeah. I don't remember what she said it was for.
Did that hurt?
You know what's funny is it kind of hurt, and I felt like such a pussy because I have a really high pain tolerance, and like I don't like. But the first little needle that she put in right on that eyebrow bone, I was like, oh shit!
I was gonna ask you.
It kind of hurts.
I was gonna ask. Okay, you had to get used to getting stuck, and there's certain parts of the face that hurt more than others.
Yes.
How did you handle it?
Oh, fine. I'm a thug. I'm
Did
not.
You try to punch her when she did it?
Oh God, no.
No.
It just hurt a little bit. Like I got my eyebrows tattooed on, like 3 years ago, right on that bone, and then I got my inner eyelid tattooed with no numbing, no nothing, because it was the eyeliner. It came off. It didn't stay, but yeah, I had my inner eyelid tattooed. They pulled that sucker up and just went in.
And I don't think you have any piercings.
No, I did. I had my tongue pierced. I had my eyebrow.
Oh, Kelly.
That was in college.
Did you want to tell us why did you get your tongue pierced? Because people tell me why they do.
Why
honestly,
do they?
Shock value.
Shock value.
And also, I'm kind of a pain junkie. I always have been. Like, I wanted to know what it felt like. I wanted to know what it felt like to have a needle pushed through your tongue.
Oh my God.
because it is done by hand. There's no gun.
Oh my gosh, that ouchie,
it is a
ouchie.
big needle. They pull your tongue out with this clamp.
Holy
and they
shit.
pull it up so far, and they've got this dry gauze, and then it has to dry. And then they have this needle that just glides through your tongue.
Oh.
And then once the needle's done, then they got to put in the
Oh my
thingy.
God.
The barbell.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I had my tongue pierced once.
Did you? I just honestly, like, this is going to sound stupid or like, I don't know, conceited, but after I got it, it seemed like a year or two in, like everybody had them. And I was like, well, this ain't as fun anymore, because I got it early.
I forget things, but if I was told this, I apologize, but I think I'd remember this. Megan just said I had my tongue pierced and it had nothing to do with any sort of favors.
Oh no, mine had.
I didn't
nothing
even.
to do
Yeah.
with favors.
Okay. Yeah. That's
no.
I didn't know.
I
that.
thought it looked.
I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was like.
How did I not know this?
Well, I didn't even know that was.
Is that your Megan?
Yes.
I did not know that people did that for sexual favors. I thought they did it because they wanted their earrings to match their tongue and then their belly button. So I knew a girl that she just wanted her tongue and her earrings and her like belly button ring all to match, and then matched her like fingernails and toenails.
Yeah. I mean,
it didn't even occur to me that somebody would do it for sexual favors. Why would you do that?
I would think that would be more of the, well, Joe has got a shit-eating grin over there.
Joe.
So I was just going to say, typically the sexual side of it is more for if men get it done than women.
Well, I think that you, as a man, you can feel a difference as well.
Oh.
What?
It depends on how you use it.
Well, I wouldn't know.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't know. That's for sure. I would not know.
I would not know either.
Look, I just had it pierced for like a year.
Shock vat. Megan says shock vac. It was a shock value thing, and she took hers out because everybody else started to do it too.
That's exactly why I did
it. I can see that where people,
No,
that's
she's
what,
like you.
people would do it for shock value. And then once a lot of people had it, they didn't want it anymore.
Yeah. And what's crazy is your tongue swells up really big for like 3 days and you can't talk.
Mine didn't.
God.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't have that.
You had a tongue or
yeah, I said it earlier. Yeah. And it
that's
didn't
because I was in
swell, it
shock
didn't
value.
bleed. Yeah, it didn't swell or bleed or anything.
I still have a scar.
What the frick is going on today?
See the hole. Hang on.
What
this is
the
a Friday
heck?
show.
I'm pretty sure you can see the hole.
Megan
this
had
is like
one.
Truth Friday about your tongue.
Wait a minute. You still have a freaking hole?
I was a server at a restaurant. I thought it would be,
So
I
you
thought it
had
would fit in.
Is it a tongue ring or just a tongue?
It was a barbell that went straight through your tongue. It was just,
Oh my God.
I used to click it on my teeth, and that's why I got it removed.
I just got sick of having something in my mouth all the time. No, I still have the hole. Totally.
I wondered
if, but there's like a little scar there.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, okay.
God.
Speaking of piercing,
But you got a little tongue, don't you?
I mean, I just showed everybody the scar.
I want to see. I got a big tongue, and I want that. It would be like in the way of everything.
Okay,
Oh my
so
God!
what happens to people that get those big holes in their
Somebody
ears?
said they broke a tooth.
And then they what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can break a tooth on 'em.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, my dumbass was going into radio and got a tongue piercing. Like that doesn't go together.
Jill says, "What the freak is going on today? You guys have lost it."
Yeah.
Well,
you talking about the gauges in the ear?
Yeah, because okay, what if you decide, okay, I don't want those anymore. I'm done with it. Doesn't your ear still hang low and wobble to and fro?
Yes. If you get big gauges,
You're gonna have big holes.
You can
period.
tie them in a knot, you can tie them in a bow.
I was going to start singing that song.
If you want to talk about tattoos and piercings, I used to manage a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
So I mean,
The smaller gauges won't. They'll kind of close up. But yeah. And then there's people who get their tongues forked. So
What?
oh yeah, you get it split like a serpent.
Why would you do that?
Okay, so I don't condone it. I don't. But there's something about how you can control each side of the tongue. Like you can do different. You can.
All right,
It's
now
really weird.
why would you? Okay,
Another thing people.
why
do
would you
now-
want to do
we were
that?
we were just supposed to talk about your Botox.
No,
and how good you're gonna look.
Now we're talking
And
about.
I was
body
going to
mod.
promote how good my friend Tasha at Aesthetica Med Spa, who comes in the show, takes care of me, and how men should go there. Aesthetica Med Spa, and we ended up talking about tongues getting pierced.
like men get their penises pierced.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
And tattooed.
I am
tattoo.
so in the closet on this stuff.
I knew about.
Why would a guy get his penis pierced?
I mean, ask the girls. I
Yeah,
know.
that's definitely a favors thing.
They also do body modifications where they take these things and put them under their skin.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like bumps or like horns or like
that's nasty. I'm sorry, that's nasty.
Now I've seen pictures, like on the internet of the guy with the tongue out and the gauges and all this kind of stuff.
Like,
ew.
Do you think those people get like offended when they're stared at the grocery store?
I think that's exactly what
that's why they do it.
No, but Lizzie.
What?
Yep. You like to talk about balls.
I do. But I
and
talk
now
about
this
balls.
is opened up.
Yeah.
Do guys don't get their balls tattooed too, Joe, do they?
Oh, I'm sure there's ball tattoos.
But they'll they'll get their unit tattooed. I've never seen one in my life.
I'm telling you, there's nothing off limits. Even the
butthole?
Yes.
What? No, wait a minute.
How did you know? How did you know what he was saying?
Because I just know. I just ESP.
This is a Friday free for all show. That's what happens.
Lizzie, did you know that women bleach their buttholes?
I knew that.
Like they go to cosmetic spas
wait a
to
minute.
bleach their butthole.
Yes.
Okay.
Lizzie's.
And there's nothing gross sexual about this.
Why would you have your butthole?
I guess because these girls they're insecure about how dark their butthole is because
Who's looking at it?
Well, I guess depending on what you do for a living. I mean,
are you talking like a stripper or something?
Well, those girls do it, not but the ones that do movies.
One of them had a piece of cake tattooed on there.
Wait a minute.
On her butthole?
Yes.
Oh my God. You can tell that I lived in the land of preschool for way too long, I guess.
Yeah, but isn't it those type of women who are really like the ones?
No, I only had one person at my preschool that ever did any of that. And it turned out the only reason I found out about that was dad came in and he goes, "Oh, hey, so-and-so, I saw you other night at the strip club." And she was one of my teachers. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Ooh.
Wait a minute, what are you doing? And he goes, yeah, I was at a bachelor party and Miss So-and-so was there on the pole.
Hey now.
Oh, boy.
Well, Miss So-and-so didn't work
It's like
there as
Mrs.
soon as I got
Simpson
done with
on
that.
stage.
Yeah.
She's got a nice cake tattoo.
Well, and it's fine if you do that, I guess, but it's not if you're a preschool teacher.
Was the cake tattoo over the butthole?
Yes.
Like where was
On-
the butthole
my
located?
It was on it.
Oh my
So like
gosh.
you could put a candle in the
Right.
hole and it'd be like a birthday cake.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
You are a
something like that. Yeah.
a dirty little man.
Hey,
Joe.
I didn't
I-
do it.
I can't, even with this stuff.
Yeah.
I just,
But regular women go
was on-
out and bleach their butthole.
I-
But do you
Look,
think about what
guys.
that is? You have to put your butt in somebody's face when they're bleaching it. Who does that?
They like paint it on. I guess girls who think their buttholes are too dark because we've been told all these stories about our
I've never
bodies.
seen mine. So I don't know if it's dark or not.
I have
You've seen yours on some
No, I
or
haven't.
another.
Yep, Varsity Blues.
How in the world would you see that?
I don't know. Maybe it's girls who like certain positions in the bedroom and they want things to look not as dark.
But you know all of this stuff, and you've never hyped yourself up as being somebody who's like this hypersexual person.
Oh no, I just know all the gross shit people do.
She was
Like
in radio. Hold on a second. She was in radio. How I learned all this is when I was on the Tom and Jeff podcast when it was uncensored and unapologetic.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, when you're in radio, you learn a lot.
You do. It's like
Boy, I'm learning a lot. Thank you guys very much. Now I can't unsee in my brain what you guys were just talking about.
I'm gonna go home.
Lizzie has changed forever.
No,
I don't know if it's for the better though.
I'm 100% gonna go home and Google butthole tattoos because
I they're actually more common than you think.
I never thought like about a tattoo there. I always say like if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, please just clear my Google search immediately before you give anyone my phone.
But can you, Joe? We have
this takes a whole different level, Vic, to like if you get in a bus accident and your grandma tells you to change your underwear.
Okay.
I mean, this takes this to a whole nother level.
But Joe wants to know: can you bleach your own butthole?
I would not suggest that. No, because it's like a combo. It's like a combination. It's
What do
not
you mean
like
it's a combo?
it's not Clorox. I mean,
yeah, I think
that's what I'm envisioning, that somebody sits in bleach or something.
No, it's like a bleach thing. You know how that you do your hair? Like
now that I know.
It's like a little paintbrush and a bowl and they like paint your butthole.
You can get this done. Like when you wherever
and these fancy spas.
Where you go to get a Brazilian.
I do not get Brazilians.
Okay, but
I don't
those
either.
people do it. Those
What happened to good old fashioned razors? Like you just razor your leg in the bathtub.
Have you ever seen anybody get a Brazilian?
No, I haven't.
So
do you know what a Brazilian is?
Okay, is Brazilian when like you want to have your bathing suit have no hair sticking out of it?
Well,
no,
it's not only the front, but it's the back also.
Oh,
so if you get a Brazilian, they wax every nook and cranny you have.
I am not
every
doing
nook
that.
and cranny. You are on your back, holding your knees like with your legs open,
wow.
and then you got to turn around and get on your stomach and stick your ass in the air, and they get it from under that way. And I mean, it was the most barbaric thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I am too modest.
Why did you
for
watch
that.
this?
Because I my friend Julie was getting it done.
It's like medieval.
And you
torture.
watched your friend get it done?
Oh hell yes. Well, so I was at her house. I
don't have any friends like that.
I went to her house and I'm like, hey, what are we doing today? She's like, oh, I got a quick appointment like at 10 o'clock. And then but you can stay here. I've got other stuff. I'm like, oh.
They came to her house?
I said, no. I said, what kind of appointment you have? And she's like, it's just a salon appointment. I'm like,
yeah.
What are you getting done? She's like, a Brazilian. I'm like, I'm coming. And she's like, I knew you would want to come. That's why I'm trying to not tell you.
And you went.
Oh, I watched the whole thing. I mean, it was
that gives invasive a new meaning.
Yeah, it does.
It was more invasive than like giving birth. I mean, they're like pulling it over and like waxing. I mean, they had her in 4 different full positions.
I had a guy call me the other day. I'm not kidding you. And he wanted me to like do this. Like he sent me a contract of it. He wanted me to be in videos, like do these videos, like these Mad Lib scripts. I think it ended up being kind of like a fish thing where he's trying to fish me, or he was really wanting me. And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, we would do something where it would kind of show you getting a Brazilian. I was telling Megan this. I was like, I'm not your guy. I said, I'm sorry. I literally got a call.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I would think wax.
Don't worry. I wouldn't watch.
Hell no.
I would not watch you do that, Pick.
Well, I'm sure that there are men who get plenty of. I mean, balls would be hard to wax.
Yeah.
Right?
No, how? No, not at all.
Well, because you have to stretch out like the skin to like really get the wax in there.
So guys get Brazilian wax. So they don't.
No, they do. They
do. What do you mean you have to like push everything?
Like the skin can't be all wrinkled. Like I can't. I can't wax my elbow like this, right? It wouldn't get in all the nook and crannies. So you have to wax your elbow like this. So you have to do the same thing with a ball sack. I guess it would
make
determine
sense.
on.
Does it not make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah, but some would be easier than others.
Depending on it, Larry Long balls. They might charge extra for him. So yeah.
And seriously, guys, when I talked about balls on the show, I was meaning like cojones, like that I like a really big ball guy.
He's got balls.
Like he's got
My
balls.
Donald
like
Trump has balls.
Yeah, like they're strong and they're bold. I never occurred to me now about Brazilian waxing your balls. It takes balls to a completely. I don't know that I like this.
Now I need to know. Now I'm gonna Google that too.
Gives a new meaning to the rim shot.
Oh God. All right.
I think rim shot is something else, but
Joyce just said Kelly Marie.
Shit, that's my mom.
Oh, it is.
That is your mom is on here saying that.
Sorry, Mom.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Joyce. Sorry, Joyce.
Once in a while, she figures out how to log on and see stuff, and then I got to hear about it. So, hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. That woman deserves like a lifetime trophy for raising me.
As your daughter should be saying about you, but your daughters are easy.
They're easy. They weren't stealing cars and shit at like 15. So
yeah, but they didn't grow up in the Metro East like you and I did.
No, I was smoking a pack a day of Marlboro Lights by the time I was a junior in high school. Going to my prom banquet in my fancy dress, smoking cigarettes.
Oh my God. The stuff where this show has gone today in the comments.
The comments, I can't even, I love my favorite part of this job.
This gives Cancel This a new meaning.
Yes,
I like it.
is the comments. I love it. They're my favorite people in the whole wide world.
Comments.
And their comments are on
Hi,
fire.
Joyce,
but
we
I
love
don't
you.
know that I can say some of these elephant ears.
Well, see, I can't see the comments. So
that's right. You can't. I should let you.
Yeah.
You want to look? You want it?
Sure. My mom would just send me out in the world every day and just hope I came home alive.
I need to start setting a tablet next to the guest.
Yeah, we will. That's a good idea.
This over to Kelly.
Okay.
And then you can.
So I can read the perverted comments.
Well, but they're really not coming in a ton though now, are they?
Well, they were.
Did anybody have their butthole tattooed?
Oh my God.
If you did,
I
please
can
tell
tell you.
Kelly.
Somebody had elephant. Oh, for a boy, you get elephant ears tattooed on your thighs. So your wiener looks like the trunk.
That's what I was saying because the comments are hysterical.
Yes. Lori said her breakfast for high school was a Pepsi and 2 Marlboro Lights. That's exactly what I had for breakfast every day. Every day. Yeah, but elephant ears, Gary says just shave the balls.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that thing stretching out like taffy? Oh, yeah, let me see. I don't see
it's cracking me up. Well, you're right there. You're basically just seeing Facebook. But if you saw X, a comment came in there, DM came on.
I do not have elephant ears on my thighs.
Who has elephant ears on their thighs?
Yeah, Megan was joking.
Okay.
I'm sure somebody.
Did Kevin say that?
I really.
Oh my God.
We need to get my.
You got to read Jay's.
We got to get my friend Big Dave on here, who
Big
owns
Dave.
a tattoo shop. He could tell you some stories.
Because here's the thing. I think I really want to get a tattoo on my butt cheek.
You do?
Yeah, like a funny one. I want a real funny one because when I'm an old ass lady and they're like rolling me over in a nursing home, I want them to think I used to be cool.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can hook you
I'm
with
just
Big
sitting
Dave
back.
to do it, but-
Oh, Big Dave.
What would I get?
For what?
On my ass cheek.
We could ask for
it
has to be something peppy though.
Yeah.
It has to be something pink.
It could be like Mickey Mouse or something.
But it got to have pink ears. Got to be something with pink on it, though, for you. If it's going to be living in there for eternity, it's got to be pink.
Danielle said to get "What's that smell" tattooed on my butt.
Oh my gosh!
God,
Don't laugh.
crazy.
That's gross.
Well, we all laughed. Well, you didn't really.
Oh,
you didn't
man,
really. I did laugh. Well, that's because people still laugh when people pass gas, Vic.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, farting is hilarious. Here you go, Lizzie. I'll give that back to you. No, farting is always funny.
What Jill says? I feel like we can't let this show end without discussing the Hawk Tua girl.
Oh yeah, the Hawk Tua girl. Do you not know who this is?
I don't.
Okay.
Full
Vic,
disclosure, Vic has no freaking idea.
Are you gonna pull it up
and send it to you? Okay, but let me preface this with this. Somebody sent it to me yesterday from the show, and I'm not going to say.
Is this something I should promote that we're talking about?
You can. You can.
Yeah.
But I listened to it like 4 times in a row, and my husband comes running into my bedroom, and he's just dying laughing. He goes, "Why are you playing that over and over and over?" And I go, "Because I don't know what she's meaning. She's spitting on something." And then he's like, "Oh my God, you don't even know what that is." We literally had this conversation.
Lizzie, you're so sweet.
And he goes, innocent. "You don't know what that is?" And I'm like, I think by the end of it, I was like, I think she's spitting on somebody's penis.
Yes.
Goes, oh my God. He goes, "But you do know what that really means, don't you?" And I'm like,
no, it just means that you spit on. Yeah, that's what it means.
Okay, then I did get it right.
You don't just do it randomly. It's during things.
Right. But it took me a second to wonder.
So this girl was
on.
just being interviewed on the street, right? But we don't know really what the context was. She gets asked a question. She gives this funny answer. And now she is the most viral thing on the planet right now.
Oh my God. Okay.
Nobody can find her.
No
one can find her.
Okay. I saw her start to talk and I just went on by.
That's because her parents,
Because I said
when
this
I
woman
saw
looks
it,
like a whatever.
Well, her parents, she's probably hiding because she said that when she was drunk. And then her dad probably called her and said, "Hey, Hawk Tui girl.
Yes.
Are you doing this with guys
like,
that you're not even married or whatever?" So that's why she's hiding.
Yeah. So like Hawk Tua is like the new hashtag that everybody's talking about. Nobody can find this girl. It's like she's a mystery. But like nobody's even identified her.
Oh,
like
they don't even know what her name is?
No.
Oh.
No, and other girls keep popping up like saying that they're her, but it's not. So are you going to play it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here's the video.
Okay, what's going on here?
You gotta give him that Hawk Tua and spit on that thing. You get me? You gotta give him that Hawk Tua and spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh my God.
She was asked what is something that you can do in the bedroom that always drive men crazy, and that was her answer.
Right, and that's why I had to watch it. So, and I didn't even hear the bed part at first. I just heard her go "hot poo" or whatever, and I kept watching it. My husband's like, "You don't know what that is?" I was like, "Why would you just spit on somebody's penis?"
There's a whole interview, and the girl, she's actually quite funny. So I mean, but I don't have the whole
there's
interview.
more of the interview, but like I was.
Did she say spit on that thing?
Spit on. You got a hot.
She has a southern accent.
Yeah, and that's okay, good, because I said she had a southern accent, and my husband was like, "No, she doesn't. It's just that she's drunk." I said, "Well, she's drunk and has a southern accent."
And the thing is, it's the instant confidence she has. Like when she was asked that question, she was locked, loaded, and ready.
She knew what she was saying. I
She's
didn't know
been there
what she
1,000 times.
Right. Yeah. So she, and then she gave a shout out to her
poor-
ex-boyfriend.
I didn't catch the ex-boyfriend part.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
did
called him
you?
like Pookie or something.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Pookie.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, she's hiding because she's not that old, and her daddy called her and said,
Yeah.
"What you been doing with that spit?
Yeah.
Where you been putting
Oh my
that
God,
spit?"
her poor dad.
Her dad, who's
Yeah.
probably spending like thousands of dollars a year on
Oh
college.
my God.
And her daughter's talking about blowjobs.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Got spit on that thing.
Oh my God. Oh
Like
my
just
God.
the confidence she came in with.
Oh, she did. And that left no doubt once I figured out what it was,
Yeah.
what she meant and what she was doing. And I was like, I would kill one of my daughters if they did that.
No, I know. Jill says,
I'd be
Vic's face.
so
No, I
pissed.
know. I'm thinking as a dad, even though my daughter's 20.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God. Hawk Tua. Oh, that thing.
All I'm
So many
saying,
drops today.
all I'm saying is that we are so lucky.
It's Friday.
We are so lucky that social media was not a thing when we were being raised.
Oh,
yeah, for
that would
sure.
not have been good. That would not have
Because
been good.
we could have said something like that and it would have just been funny to us. Not,
Right.
But this girl, it's one of the most viral things I've
When
seen.
did this come out again? Because
Like 4 or 5 days ago.
okay, I literally saw this and I started to go Hawk Tua and I'm like, what the hell is this stupid shit? And I just moved on.
Yeah, I saw it last night.
I was
According
like,
to my girlfriend's daughter, it's been around for a couple of years, and
No,
it just like
I
it
don't
blew up
think so.
overnight for me. Like, and
I
all of a
just saw it
sudden, it's
yesterday.
everywhere now. It was.
You know
overnight.
what? That would make sense as to why everybody can't find her if she
Right.
doesn't
If
look
it's been
like
a
that
couple
now.
years-
If
yeah.
it's been
She's
5
definitely
years.
older now. I think.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they will bring back an old video that'll just resurface.
Yeah. And maybe that is old.
I think
it is old.
I think it's 2 years old, according to my girlfriend's daughter.
Well, and
in their
if she
20s.
did, and she doesn't want anybody to know that, she's going to act like that isn't her.
But still, AI should be able to identify her so quickly. Like if I post a video, like the Beanie Boy, when I did my
Mhm.
little video making fun of him, I purposely did not tag him because I didn't want a bunch of people going to his page and then like,
Yeah.
bullying him, right?
Right.
But as soon as I put it up, AI recognized it and said, Kelly Manno with Andrew, whatever his last name is. And I was like, damn it. Like that, So I don't know how AI has not recognized her yet.
Mhm.
It's like she disappeared.
Yeah.
this is amazing.
Yeah.
And the way people can find anyone on the internet, anyone, but nobody can find the Hawk Tua girl.
Yeah. Well, and Jay's saying we did have video cameras back there, and people kind of did videotape us, but we
Nobody would
knew-
watch it.
Right. And nobody
No.
knows not to record themselves.
Yeah, there's some tapes floating around out there somewhere. I'm sure.
Sure. Yeah. But nobody has those ways to play them
Mhm.
anymore.
I do. I recently watched my old Dr. Phil episode, and
I bet that was
Mhm. I
hysterical.
had it on VHS. But yeah, I mean, back then you could make a funny video. We hardly ever watched our videos. We would like
Yeah.
use their camcorder and then like it set it in
forget
the
about it,
basement
yeah.
for 3 years.
I would, if somebody can find out who she is, I want to interview her dad or her mom.
I'm pretty
Or her
sure they're going to
grandpa.
say hell no.
No, no.
So if anybody does, I
I'm
would
just
like
trying to-
to interview the
yeah,
dad.
I'm just trying to take it all in because
Honestly, it's not a big deal. She's
Yeah.
a college kid. She gives blowjobs. She said a funny word. I mean,
exactly.
like
No, I hear you.
But I think people think it's hysterical is why it's getting played
Hawk
over and
Tua.
over and over and over. Somebody on my Facebook feed, like when I was looking at it, they had posted it is the
Yeah.
only reason I saw it and kept
But there-
watching it.
There's people all over that are like, have we found the Hawk Tua girl yet? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's like TikTok investigators that are on it.
Somebody's going to find her
Allegedly, they
eventually.
found her friend, according to two different people
Yeah.
who've jumped into the chat line.
Well,
Yeah, I've
if
seen older pictures of the friend. Actually, that's how I know that she's probably older because I'm doing the search. You can come and they show like pictures of the actual friend that's standing next to
Right.
her as an older.
I wish I knew who she was so I could tell her to trademark that shit.
Right.
No doubt.
Like right now, because people are already making t-shirts and stuff like that. She would make a fortune if she sold them. A
Wow.
fortune.
Mm-hmm.
A fortune. So, Hawk Tua.
Oh, I have people like I literally. This is how I learned about it. Is I had a band contact me to make a flyer for one of their shows, and they said you got to use the Hawk Tua girl. I'm like, who's
Uh-huh.
that? That's how I learned about it.
Yeah, and that's crazy too. You put yourself out online and you can be grabbed and used for anything.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Anything
can.
to promote. So, yeah.
there you go.
So-
Well, I learned a lot today.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I'm not sure I really needed to
You
know
learned
any of it.
Piercings and
Yeah.
waxing ball sacks
Wow.
and
And that women actually bleach where they go poop.
Yeah,
I don't
I
get it.
gotta go Google butthole tattoos because you know somebody's got something
But
funny.
bleaching the
like,
hole,
like the sun.
tattooing the hole.
Vic, did you know about that? Did you know that people bleach their
I've heard
bottom?
it. Yeah, I did. There's things I do and there's things that I don't.
It used to be like very well. Never mind. I'm not going to go. But
I just want to
porn
say,
stars used to get them bleached.
Yeah, ladies, your butthole is perfect the way it is. Do not put bleach on it for some freaking crusty ass dude.
That's right. Well, and Gary's saying he's on the way to the Roadhouse. I'm wondering if he meant the Wendy's Roadhouse. If so, he needs to say hi to Ben and Marla.
Are they doing breakfast?
They were. They're not until I think she said August or September.
Okay. I need to make my way out there.
Danielle says that Lizzie's husband's in trouble.
Oh,
no, are you kidding me? No, Dave's I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
I think Dave's probably pretty happy with.
Dave's like,
I've been married to that dude since 1988.
Yeah.
Dating him since I was 15.
So what did they tell you about your Botox?
That it will take about 2 weeks. So next
when
time
you come back in 2 weeks,
I should have a new face.
You'll have a new face and you're all excited about it. Why did you get Botox finally?
Because it was free.
Okay.
That's why.
That's a good reason.
That's why I did it the first time.
Yeah, like I'm not very girly. I don't have a skincare routine. I don't even know what retinol is. I don't do any of that stuff. But it was free, and I'm like, I'm getting old. Let me try it, and I didn't have to pay for it, and I get to do an honest review of it. So
yeah.
Okay,
well that's awesome. By the way, somebody said, guys, the talk is no weirder than getting boob jobs where you put squeaky toys in them.
Do people do that?
You can.
No way.
No, they don't.
So there's a Matt Rife clip. If you look up Matt Rife MILF cookies and go watch that. Not right now, but
wait a minute.
You'll see a woman with a squeaky boob.
Wow.
It's like a squeeze toy.
You like squeeze and
yeah.
It's like don't squeeze the Charmin.
Oh my gosh. Well, and MILF, I did hear of that word though.
Well, yeah.
I hope.
Why would you hope that? Because the only reason I did that is because
term. That's back in the American Pie days.
Okay, well, I only knew what that word meant back. Never mind. I'm not saying it.
Yeah, look up squeaky boob, Matt Rife. You guys will find a fun video there.
Okay.
So,
well, he's hysterical anyway.
Yeah, he just had to take 2 weeks off.
Why?
Because he had like a mental breakdown. I saw this coming a mile away. I mean, the kid, he gained steam so quickly.
Yeah.
And, he was raised with a whole lot of nothing. And, he sees this opportunity to make this money. And he took it, but he was doing double and triple shows a night.
Yeah, for a long time.
Like 3 nights a weekend. Like he had no days off.
No.
And I remember looking at that schedule and going, oh, he's going to crash and burn.
Yeah, for sure.
And he did. He crashed and burned. So he just took 2 weeks off and now he's kicking things back.
Good for him. You do need that. You got to have
I
that.
brought him up with you one day in the show because I was like, oh, I like it.
I love Matt Rife.
I get him.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah. So everybody tried to cancel him because he made a joke about domestic violence.
Yeah.
It's like they're comedians.
That's right. They can joke about anything they want.
Pretty much.
Should be able to. They shouldn't be canceled. And obviously we go through it. But
in comedy, nothing's off limits.
Right.
Yeah, they just try to cancel all those comedians.
In comedy, nothing is off limits. And for Eminem, nothing is off limits. For everyone else, we got to watch our shit.
You know what? You're right.
Gosh,
you post. What did you post about Eminem?
I think he's going to go on tour and I'm going to shit my pants because Eminem is one of the most talented rappers of all time.
He is.
Of all time.
I hate this politics, but I love his music.
Oh, I don't even know what his politics are, but he is incredible. And he is a man that has made so much money that he never has to tour again. He never has to do anything again. So I really thought, I've never seen Eminem in concert. I thought, man, like I'm going to leave this earth and never get to see him perform live. Well, all of a sudden he comes out with this song and he's released other things throughout the years, but it's been really on the down low. Like, I don't think he really cared if he listened to it. But this, he comes out and resurrects Slim Shady from, the 2000s. And I don't know if you've heard this song, but it's hilarious. And it's talking about hitting an 8-year-old in the face with a participation trophy. And, and he came out and did it live. And I thought, oh my God, I think he's going to go on tour.
He's great. I saw him in Detroit. He is.
You've seen him in concert?
Yeah, he is only because he was performing at a sports event before.
Yeah.
He is freaking amazing. But once again, as amazing as he is, guess who else is super talented? Also from the D. I know people don't like me talking about Detroit all the time. Kid Rock.
I love Kid Rock.
Love Kid Rock. He played every instrument during his 40th birthday.
Yeah, he's talented.
He did everything.
Yeah.
Drums, guitar, piano. He DJ'd, sang, danced. I was like, holy shit, that guy's amazing.
Yeah.
And I love Eminem. Obviously love Eminem.
Love him. So let's hope for an Eminem tour. If you've not listened to his new song, it's called Houdini. It's really cute and quirky, and it sounds like his old fun music. So
That's when he was good because he went off the rails for a little bit.
Well, he made so much money he could.
I know, and it was not good.
Yeah.
It was, in my humble opinion.
Yeah. No, but he didn't need it to be good. And so now he's like all of a sudden resurrecting Slim Shady. And we're like, what? Because he hasn't done that in forever.
But he hit the scene. Everybody's like, holy shit, who is this?
I thought for sure he was a one-hit wonder. For sure. I was sitting in my college dorm and I saw the video for My Name Is. And I saw the quirky stuff and the blonde hair. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be another vanilla. It's going to be another Vanilla Ice. Like this guy's going to embarrass the hell out of himself.
Oh, by the way, First Form, based out of the St. Louis area, they do concerts every year. A couple of weeks back, they had Vanilla Ice. Bunch of rappers. I was told that Vanilla Ice was by far the best act that they had.
Yeah. Oh,
Vanilla Ice blew my mind, and you know him. You spend time with him.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice sends me messages on.
Oh yeah, he follows you too.
Oh yeah.
Vanilla Ice, Carrie Underwood,
He'll
Channing
comment,
Tatum,
like Jenny McCarthy. And who did we just say? What name was that?
Jenny McCarthy, Channing Tatum.
Right before that.
Carrie Underwood.
No, right before that.
The people that follow you.
Right before. Who are we just talking about?
Pink.
No, it was a guy.
Kid Rock.
No.
Eminem.
No. Damn it! It fell out of my brain.
Mine too.
I swear to God, we were just talking about something, and then like my brain short circuited.
It happens.
I can relate.
Like, you guys get like brain zaps?
All the time.
Where like your brain just
Vanilla
Ice.
There
That's
you
what
go.
we're freaking
Rob
talking
Van
about.
Winkle.
See,
There you go. There you go.
but his show is great, and he sends me messages sometimes, and he makes comments. He actually interacts with me. It's like Carrie Underwood is not like sending me messages, but Vanilla Ice
is Channing.
No, he's never sent me. But like Jillian Michaels from The Biggest Loser.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah.
she loves me. She loves.
That's
me.
awesome.
And she's been very vocal in public lately with her exodus from California.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. See, we can help you and you help us.
Yeah, she's made a big deal about leaving California. She didn't really go into
for a
politics.
variety of reasons.
Yeah. But yeah,
she says it's time to get out of California.
She sure did.
Whatever. Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla.
All right. Damn, we could just. I mean,
I know
we could just go.
I
we
need
always
to start coming in earlier on Fridays.
You're welcome in. You're welcome at 8.
Yeah, if I can get my ass in gear.
I mean, could you imagine if Eric was here too? I mean,
and we did 2 hours of this.
We always feel fun.
Yeah,
and it's fun. We feel great after these Friday shows.
Right.
We definitely need
and
Friday
of course
shows.
It's a good way to end.
But the viewers just continue to go up and up and up and up and up.
Yeah,
they're going up and up and up and up.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys tuned in today.
Did you know that Vanilla Ice had the first #1 rap song? It was the first rap #1 song.
So it was probably the first rap song on like the Billboard pop charts
when they finally called it rap. Maybe.
Well, no, they've always
in the beginnings of like MTV days too.
Well, no,
that helped.
What I think is they took Vanilla Ice's song off of the rap chart and must have moved it to the pop chart because the rap charts have been around forever.
That makes sense.
And you got Run DMC and NWA and all the other bands.
Right.
So Vanilla Ice was not the first, rap song ever
because that should have been my Beastie Boys.
I think it was the first,
I mean, that's who it should have been.
I think it was the first rap song to hit the pop charts.
That's what I think to go #1 on the pop charts. Yeah. Yeah. Beastie Boys are so underrated.
Hell yeah, they are.
So
That's why I brought them up.
I like all these young kids, these Gen Zers, they're all obsessed with like Kurt Cobain and his story and all this stuff. I'm like, go put on Beastie Boys, please, God.
And for the time that they came out,
they were amazing. So underrated.
I do love doing these shows where we get off the beaten track for a while.
Yeah. You guys have any fun plans this weekend?
Have a great weekend. Is Kelly going to be pushing the karaoke jams on the talk this weekend?
Yes, I will be. I will be.
Okay, whatever that means.
Yeah, it's that karaoke microphone that I've been singing with my daughter. The one that's making me money. Make that money.
Who knows? Maybe I'll end up at New Kids on the Block somehow, some way.
I'm telling you, check for concert tickets start driving out to Riverport at like 7 because
if I go, because I'm not a huge New Kids on the Block fan, Megan is, then I need to be sitting up close somehow so I can enjoy the experience.
Well,
since I'm not like a huge New Kids on the Block fan.
Yeah, and they play a lot of new stuff this time. They really do.
I'll figure it out.
My girlfriend and her daughter's going.
Yeah. So DJ Jazzy Jeff goes on at 7:15.
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Paula Abdul goes on at 7:45.
Oh, she's going to be here this time.
Apparently.
I'm forever your
New
girl.
Kids should be on by 8:15. So if you go buy a concert ticket at like 7 p.m., you should be good to go. It'll be like a third of the price.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If not, you can at least go in the parking lot and sit in a lawn chair.
Yeah.
You can do
You can
that.
climb that hill back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
I
still,
appreciate it.
people do that. They just sit in the parking lot with their chairs if they can't get in
Yep.
and do what you do. Wait until
Yep.
after the first act
Yep.
and then they get in.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Stephanie says, I heard they're basically giving away tickets to New Kids on the Block right now because sales are down.
They might be. I mean, maybe that's why they hired me. I mean, the place was packed in Ohio. It was packed, but they've gone on tour a lot lately. So, they were just on tour in 2022. So,
yeah.
But congrats on promoting
Thank
them.
you.
Hey, real quick, because you promoted Kiss, you promoted New Kids on the Block.
mhm.
Do you have any? Oh, is Bon Jovi coming up? Are you promoting Bon Jovi?
I already did Bon Jovi. I just got contacted by the St. Louis Blues. They want me to help them release their schedule with Ticketmaster.
Oh, how fun is that?
Okay, the Blues are getting smart.
Yeah, they
finally,
are. Yeah, that
finally,
is really good stuff.
like I
right
can't believe it took them this long to.
So if they
That's
did that,
good stuff.
what would that consist of? Would that
I
be?
have no idea. I got it.
That would have to be TV. It would have to be radio.
I have no idea. They sent me an email yesterday that said, the St. Louis Blues want to incorporate you in their Ticketmaster schedule release. Because I've done stuff with the Blues before. They had like a social media influencer night, and me and like 5 other influencers went and did funny stuff down on the ice and
That's
things
awesome.
like that. So
Love that.
but yeah, they need to be using me because I know hockey.
Yeah,
And-
you do.
Hell
Of
yeah.
all things,
Yeah.
you should be doing that.
All right. We
Yep.
can talk all day. We're gonna, guys, we appreciate it. Thank you for hanging with us longer, Kelly.
Yeah.
This is cancelthisshow.com here Monday through Friday, 8 to 10, whatever.
Sorry, I talked about blowjobs, Mom.
Hawk talk.
Do it.
Hawk talk. Hawk talk.
Just
I
spit
did
on
it
that
right.
thing.
Do it.
Catch me outside.
How about that?
Pro Joe, Kelly Manno, Lizzie Sparks, Vic Faust. Love you guys. Have a great weekend. Check out Wenty's if you want to as well.
Yep.
Who knows? We'll see what goes on. Guys, we appreciate you. Thank you for all the support. Cancelthisshow.com. Have a great day.